Oh, baby. Hello, everybody. Hello. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Hello, Leroy.
My stomach was on fire yesterday. Messing around with these Heat.
You talking about like the team?
Oh, the last 2 minutes of that damn game.
I know they didn't score in the last 4 minutes.
I'm like, are we playing with fire?
Yeah, every fourth quarter. Yeah.
This is two games now.
No, it's been every game other than the Bucks game. They've had a fourth quarter like this where it's been just been a meltdown. No, the fourth quarter is the new turd quarter,
which is amazing.
But that being said, take a hike, LeBron. See you, dude. Yeah! Let me tell you something about LeBron James at the end of that game. Hey, can I tell you something about LeBron James?
Yeah, sure.
He don't want the Heat, dude.
Oh,
he don't want the Heat, dude. He don't want the Heat. Oh, Cam, you take the shot. I know we're only down one, but I don't want to go against Jimmy.
Really?
He didn't want the Heat. He didn't want the Heat, dude. He didn't want the Heat. Hot potato.
Can I tell you something?
Hot potato.
I could pick 50 NBA players to get that open shot, and they make it.
And they didn't. Boom.
Right.
That's the result.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well.
That's what I'm saying.
And this guy after the game.
Do you realize all of your comments and all of your, thoughts
are
all based around a guy missing an open shot?
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Sports. Oh, well. Ooh, what if he made the shot? But he didn't. And what if Ray Allen? And what if Ray Allen didn't make the shot?
No,
LeBron be sitting here with one ring. I mean, like what? And what?
All right.
And what? They didn't. He didn't want the shot. Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo, too much for him. And old Street Clothes was there, of course, watching because Bam gave him that. You want to know the truth about it? Here's the truth about it. You want to know what the truth about it is? Here's the truth about it. You want to know what the truth about it is? Here's the truth about it. Anthony Davis, his groin pull or his hip tightness, whatever new thing they want to put on it, sounds like he got a case of the Bams. Wow. Because when Bam was blocking his shot left and right, he goes, I don't want to do this. Sit down. I'll see you later. Because Bam Adebayo, for the first time in franchise history, 20
wow.
triple double.
Wow.
Man's game. You can't beat him in dominoes.
What?
You can't beat him in dominoes. You can't beat
really?
him.
But
I'm gonna beat him so bad in dominoes. He's gonna say, "Let's get even. Let's play basketball."
You can't beat him in dominoes.
No.
LeBron don't want the Heat. And by the way, LeBron after the game. Let's get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
JFig's here, by the way.
Hello, Jennifer.
10:05. Better than we thought, Marcos.
Yeah, I said 9. Traffic was bad today.
Traffic was bad today. And
Why
by the way,
wait, there's no school.
There's no school?
What? Then where the hell was everyone
going?
going?
There's school up in Palm Beach, so who doesn't have school?
Oh, down here because
election day?
Yeah.
It's election day?
It's election day.
Yeah, you best believe I got a 15-year-old at home that needs attention.
Make it sound like Snitchy Mouse going to throw some ragers or something like that, dude.
Hey, at this point, I can't put it past her.
Wow.
But anyway, Marcos.
Yes.
He's a traffic mush.
Oh, okay. Hold on. No.
He's a traffic mush.
I'm not a traffic
You're a traffic mush.
For 2 days, hey, -1.
Yes.
Yeah, for leaning out of the camera.
-1.
This time?
No. -1.
Oh, fair.
Hit it with her.
Oh,
She
yeah.
gets it.
Hit it with her.
Yep.
Hit it.
I thought it was me.
Wow.
For leaning out of the camera.
Yep.
Hey, JFig, I do not get an
-1.
opportunity to fix my camera before you send a little messy message in the chat.
I remember that.
For leaning out of the camera.
That's right.
But let's be real about it with this LeBron James.
Looking like Wilson.
Before we get back to the traffic mush, this LeBron after the game, he's sitting here and he's like, well, we had a good fourth quarter, but the things that we couldn't control that were out of our hands, we got teed up and one of our guys got ejected. Hey, LeBron, you've seen a lot of basketball, my guy, okay? one of the most well-traveled players. Emphasis on traveling. You've seen it all. You've done it all. Argument to be the GOAT. I've never said that he's not maybe one of the greatest players of all time. If you know the refs are being a little sensitive, perhaps tone it down. Because let me tell you something. They gave it to both sides. They had a quick whistle last night. They weren't trying to hear it. So if you know that they're giving out technical fouls like Tic Tacs, perhaps heed warning.
There were some sensitive officials last night, huh?
But you got to know. You got to know they're sensitive. You got to know.
Oh, okay.
You want to know how I know that you want to know how I know that the referees were being a little sensitive, but the Heat did a better job of it? Kyle Lowry didn't bother an official.
Wow.
If Kyle Lowry's not getting into arguments, that individual, that's a night the refs need to be left alone. Because Kyle will go to work, which, by the way, shout out to my guy Low Dog.
Yeah.
Putting his body on the line.
Lowry. Never doubted him.
Putting his body on the line. You got LeBron James. They would say, oh, who wants it? Listen, Tyler saw LeBron coming a couple times. He out of there. Kyle Lowry steps right in there. You can't stop. He's like, oh, you think you can't? You're going to go run over me? Nope. I got these God-given cheeks. They're going to take this hit. Boom.
It's culture, dude.
That's culture.
Doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
But
Yeah.
big possession.
Yeah.
Big possession.
Y'all just going with all the little sports phrases.
You need a win streak?
Marcos, -1 for using a phrase you don't even know what it means.
That was a good one.
You don't see that on the stat sheet.
You don't see it on the stat sheet.
That's just, what are you doing?
See it on the ash.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
What?
He don't need you to pump him up.
Low dog, dude.
Heat culture.
Low dog. And what about this Jaime Jaquez, huh?
Mm.
Putting that old man. He didn't want any of Jaime Jaquez.
He's a
Put
ball
the
of
clamps on him, dude.
Yeah. It's my boy.
He's lucky he doesn't close games yet. LeBron was like, ugh. You remember that famous shot of LeBron in the 14 finals when Kawhi checks in? I don't know if the cameras caught it last night, but I'm pretty sure that same reaction when Triple J was checking into the game.
Pretty good. We saw who won the battle of intangibles too.
Yep. Tyler.
Easy.
Although I don't know what he was doing with his lobs last night.
Very strange.
Like that was like he was
He
trying
almost
to
hit the shot clock.
Yeah, what was he doing? I was like, Tyler, like Bam like looked at him and like, hey man, if you threw it over me, you know you probably threw it too high.
Ooh. You know, when Bam's getting 20-20, sometimes you get crazy. How high can you jump?
It's too high.
Are you guys done?
What a game.
Ooh, the official.
Oh, somebody said Reeves, not an intangibles.
What?
I don't believe that.
He's a king intangible. I don't care what you tell me. I'm trying to hit me with a his dad is this. Whatever, Drake. I don't care. That guy is king of intangibles.
He's from Arkansas.
Look at that.
Yeah. I only know like 3 black people from Arkansas. So I'm from how about this? I'm from those parts, and I've never stepped foot in Arkansas.
Darren McFadden from Arkansas? Did he just play there?
He just played there.
It's the only thing I know about Arkansas.
I played with a guy that was from Arkansas.
Why is it not Arkansas?
He's one of my 3.
Yeah, you find it a little like unbecoming of LeBron though to like start these press conferences trying to do
why
Pat Riley's quotes.
Question.
Like, I mean, you talk about a panderer.
Come on.
Question.
You had your
Trying to keep the
chance.
main thing.
Why do you insist on doing this?
Why do I insist on doing what?
You got to win.
Yeah.
2-0 in the tournament.
Not according to LeBron. He said not a true loss after the game. And I'm like, okay, dude. That's not what the record says.
Wait, you've never used that term?
I'm not a player.
Oh, goodness. You got to answer for every. Oh.
Just unbecoming. I mean, you could feel that way. I don't know if I'd say
You
it.
lucky I haven't drank. I haven't been in the office to get coffee because I don't trust coffee anywhere else. That double 4-ouncer.
Mm-hmm. I taught
But
you.
I might have to go and enjoy a Celsius so I can fight you.
You want to know what's interesting? It's
Because
funny you say that.
it's gonna be one of them days, and I could just tell.
It's not gonna be one of those days.
I need some energy.
I can breathe.
You can
I
just
feel
tell
good.
because he's sitting down like this with his hands.
Right, like he's just like he like
Plotting.
it just. Hey, can I ask you a question? Are we friends?
We are friends.
We're good friends, right?
Close.
Why do you do this to me?
Because it's like he can't just take his L and
What
move
is that?
on.
Wait.
He can't just take his L.
You said he. What does that have to do with me? Why do you do this?
What am I doing? What am I doing?
I think you should let him have his day.
Everybody knows what
It's a
you're
rough
doing.
one.
Tobin is 0-3. You know, he doesn't really have anything else.
It
to
is
hold on
tough.
to.
Yeah. I can't believe I trusted the Jets.
Why would you do that?
I don't know.
So crazy.
And by the way, you know what? My logic was good because Justin
You
Herbert.
picked the Jets?
Justin Herbert sucked last night.
Wait. You picked the Jets?
yeah.
I thought you picked the. Oh man, I thought you picked
Punt
the
return
Chargers.
touchdown. Are we kidding? Are you
What are we
kidding
doing
me?
here?
Are you kidding me, Jets?
What year is
By
it?
the way, I'm putting out a movement for all dumb coaches,
Mm.
and I'm gonna get a shirt made. Do not defer. Right? Because first of all, the Jets can't score. They haven't scored more than 2 touchdowns all year. Why on earth would you give somebody else the ball first? Right? They got the ball first, and it didn't matter because they punted and they got more punt return touchdowns against them than almost the whole league put together.
It's effective,
I
especially when you
guess.
have a bum quarterback like Justin Herbert.
Really. They won the game by 20, and they didn't have 200 yards of total offense.
He had 130 yards passing.
Wait, so if you're the Jets defense, what do you do when you go in and say, we have a better chance to win if we just have no offense? Just
Sauce,
it
just
to
go
him.
for pick sixes.
right.
See what you can do. See what you can do. But yes, I am 0-3. Tough start. But you know
Oh,
what?
wait, what's the stat? Oh, so you are already 6
Mhm.
games down on me?
Yep.
No chance. So I'm
6
good.
games down, that's how it works.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm 3-0 and he's
You
0-3.
you could easily go 0-3 and I could go 3-0.
I'm not gonna
It's
go.
hard.
0-3.
It's
I'm
not
not
that
gonna go.
hard.
I'm not gonna go 0-3.
Yes.
I mean, it could happen.
I'm not gonna go 0-3.
Okay. I mean,
The
we'll
worst
see.
I would go is 1-2.
Okay.
I don't know.
You've gone 0-3 before.
No, I haven't.
You definitely have.
No, I haven't.
Yes, you have.
I'm
Go
looking at-
look. No, I haven't.
Where's
I
the
just
stats?
found it.
Going
You
1
did.
and 2.
Week 2.
Oh, did you?
Huh?
Week 2 of October, you went 0-3.
No, I didn't.
I have the records.
Oh, okay.
You're lying. You didn't pull them up that fast.
I have them right on my phone. See?
They're on.
See, no, he's lying. You can't. I know he's lying. You like,
You know what you're doing, dude? You're classic.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you just lying? I know damn well it's so hard for us to get through all the text to get
right
to,
here.
Wait. We get. You know how hard it is for us to get all the way scroll through all of Sunday's text to see who we picked,
Oh
and
no,
you just picked it up in 2 seconds.
Save it in your
it's
phone when
actually
I
physically impossible.
dude, save it in your phone when I send it. Like you're always like, I gotta send it 9 times during the weekend.
You didn't have to send nothing. 0-3.
Wow.
Lashing out.
I'm not. So it's 3-0, 0-3, 1-2, 1-2,
No, she's 2-1.
2-1. Oh, so JFig, you got basically a 5-game lead on him.
I don't think
So-
you're doing math there.
So right now you can go into prevent. You can just take safe picks and you win.
There's no
It's
safe
between
picks there,
Frog
bro.
Boy and Show Pony.
Look,
Leroy,
either
there's
way-
3
either
weeks
way-
left.
Yeah,
What's going
either way,
on?
I'm a starfish. So
Yeah, true.
Yeah, which reminds, what are we doing this? We got to get the starfish.
I don't know. You guys let me know when we're gonna do this.
All right. I'll get the starfish.
I like how Leroy distracted off of LeBron being a big baby last night.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
worry, we'll get
Right,
back to
they-
it. Back after this. Welcome back, you rascals. God, I'm feeling good today. I can breathe. Got some rest in last night. I feel like a beagle, just
Wow.
fresh. I
Beagle,
watched that,
man?
but yeah, you remember when Rocky she like a beagle,
I do remember that.
I was watching on
No,
Netflix.
you don't, Marcos.
I've never seen the movie.
I was watching on Netflix. They did a documentary, Sly. It was basically about. It was kind of sad. It was like Sylvester Stallone, but like he was moving from LA, so it was all like his Rocky stuff getting packed up. Which, by the way, he has like 4 Rocky statues.
What? Like personally?
Yeah,
That's...
yeah. Like bigger than the ones in Philadelphia.
Why?
They're very impressive. Very impressive.
I guess if someone
But
gifted them.
You want to know the thing that was disappointed?
What?
Nothing on Tulsa King
Huh.
at the end.
Okay. Is
I was upset about that.
there a new
Maybe
season?
it was filmed before that.
I mean, well, then they got to go back. That's bad producing.
Oh, okay.
That's bad producing. You got to go back and you got to ask about Tulsa King.
Did you even check to see how old this?
It was new.
Yeah, but when was it filmed?
I don't know. What
Like,
am I on IMDb?
They usually film it like a year or two.
It was
in
weird.
advance.
They didn't have anything on Creed and they didn't have anything on Tulsa King.
Well, the Creed thing is him, right?
Hmm?
Because he kind of got worked out of Creed.
Yeah, and want to know something? They probably shouldn't have worked him out of Creed. The last Creed was something.
You were all in.
I'll still go all in. I mean, when Creed 4 comes out, I'll come in. It's not like there were good parts of it, but it was much like the Rockies. Like they try to get too cute in some spots.
So it's like Black Rocky.
Oh, it's very much like Black Rocky.
Oh man,
What do you mean?
find your own path. You can't
Well,
have the same type of movie with just Black Rocky.
Why? Rocky had a great formula. Creed 2 is where they messed up. They tried to do too much in one movie. Now they're trying to go back. Who knows what Creed 4 will hold? But they should bring back Rocky.
Creed 4. There's more coming.
Oh, there's definitely gonna be more coming.
Oh God.
If you're Michael B. Jordan, you're not gonna go back and make another Creed.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Sylvester Stallone was talking about this. He goes, people say they give sequels a bad rep, but it's actually harder than an actual movie. Yeah, you can make any movie once. Try making it 5 times. I'm like, boxed in. He's great point by him.
Did he say that?
Kind of. It was kind of like that. I don't know if I nailed.
But keep in mind, of all the 5 Rocky movies, there were a couple that were.
I mean, really, only Rocky 5 is the one people really pan, though, and I like Rocky 5.
You just like Rocky movies.
I like Rocky 5. I think it's underrated.
What can you possibly do by the time 5 comes around? You've already you've had big fights.
That's
people
why
have
I'm saying,
died.
like, nobody, because here's the thing, Rocky, and it was funny because Sylvester Stallone talked about this in Sly, the Netflix documentary.
Yeah.
He goes, "I don't like movies ending sad. Nobody likes sad movie end." And I'm like, he's right. Who wants to go and see a movie end sad?
Oh my God. I just read the concept for Rocky 5. He has tax issues.
Yeah.
What are we even
But
doing
that's the
here?
dark side of boxing. He was the only one to have guts to talk about that back in the early 90s.
Okay. This guy has
The fake Don King.
got a crooked accountant.
Yeah.
I can't believe that's what we can.
Yeah.
People have died. Remember, he was fighting for a city. Now he has a shady
I'm
accountant.
telling you, it was underrated.
What's going on?
And then he raised Tommy Morrison, of course, who
course.
who denied having HIV and said it came from a spider bite.
Oh.
Was supposed to fight Mike Tyson when he was for like $8 million before it was discovered on his blood test that he had HIV.
Wow.
But he was supposed to he was raising Tommy Gunn, and then Tommy Gunn turned his back on him, much like in the boxing game. We've seen this with people we know.
Turned his back on him.
Turned his back on him, dude.
Wow.
I'm telling you, Rocky 5's underrated.
All right. I got to see the Rotten Tomatoes.
And then we
now.
got Rocky Balboa, of course.
What is that 6?
That's 6.
What happens at 6?
6, he fights our boy, a friend of the show, Antonio Tarver.
He's still fighting.
Yeah, comes back.
What do you mean he comes back?
Who's going about the stuff in the basement? Adrian's dead, and he's got nothing to do.
I think I did see Rocky Balboa. That was 06. That was like, it was long ago, but not that long ago.
Yeah.
How did he not die? He must have been
He didn't die.
50.
He didn't get cancer till Creed.
Jesus. Way to go, Michael B. Jordan. This guy's lasted through tax evasion and now
So
he wanted
there's got to be a movie where Rocky dies, right?
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah,
that wouldn't be
You can't,
wise.
dude. Otherwise, he'd have cancer for 5 movies.
They should have just done it in the last movie then.
Oh,
But you couldn't because Creed's mom died. Spoiler alert.
what?
Too much stuff.
You know what? I'm never gonna watch.
Can't
Thriller.
watch it anymore, dude. Cannot watch it anymore.
Wait a minute. You get on me for spoiler
Sure.
alerts.
That's
Mhm.
true. man.
That's the mother of all spoiler alerts.
Movie's
Literally.
2 years old.
Okay. So that's the cutoff.
It's definitely more of a cutoff than you give, which is a
That's true.
day.
That is literally 24 hours sometimes.
24.
Wait till Monday because I'm going to see the Marvels this weekend.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
need a review on that one. I will not be watching that.
All right. I got it. Well,
Well,
because here's the deal. Did anybody watch WandaVision?
I did.
Okay.
Kinda.
So you know that the black girl in the movie in WandaVision is the daughter of her best friend.
Yes.
You have
And
for us.
remember, she walked into that glass and then she got some power.
That's how it happens.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
What Rocky is this?
7.
Wow, this is getting crazy, dude.
Rocky versus superheroes.
This is crazy. I can't wait to see it.
I liked there was one where he was talking about Rocky 3 and he goes, yeah, the director left because I just kept wanting to do wacky things like having Hulk Hogan and Mr. T.
Oh,
He goes, guess who was right? Me.
yeah, I mean, that was pretty good.
That sounds like something you would say, right? that's
against the wall.
why he likes Rocky.
Let's
That's
see
why
what
he
Hulk Hogan
likes
got.
Sylvester Stallone because that sounds like something you would say.
I got to see more Rambos. I've only seen the original,
Rambo,
and
they
I
came
saw.
back.
I know. I saw the comeback Rambo.
No, the comeback ran. No, like, dude,
Hey,
it gets
Rambo.
to a point where you can't be as tough as you used to be.
I don't
Like,
know.
you
He was
can't
pretty
be-
good with that HGH, dude.
Oh,
Even he had to re up because he threw it out of the window, right?
No, yeah,
this guy's tough.
he got busted.
Look at this.
Taking HGH for Rambo. That's tough.
How do we not? I understand that Denzel and all these other people are better actors, but this guy's a star. Look at him just
Because
He's a star.
he's an action hero.
You know who's in the
Yeah.
documentary? Schwarzenegger. Did you see Schwarzenegger last night with his burro on the Manning cast?
no.
Yeah.
How does he look?
He's got a mini burro, and
What is
apparently he was feeding it carrots. Like if you follow Schwarzenegger on TikTok, you can see the shenanigans he gets into with his little burro.
Is that his thing now? He just comes around with.
Hey, Schwarzenegger. Listen, the famous like to do weird stuff.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. At least he's not dancing with knives.
Stop it.
We'll take a quick break here on the show and get back into some more shenanigans right after this.
Mornings at Wendy.
You guys like Jalen Waddle?
Yes.
I must say that I do.
Me too, dude. If you guys want to meet Jalen Waddle and get an autograph from Jalen Waddle, we're going to give you that chance right now. Text the word Waddle to 20357. Waddle to 20357. And you guys could win a photo op and autograph with Jalen Waddle at Hollywood Collectibles. He is going to be at Hollywood Collectibles this Saturday on Sterling Road in Dania Beach. You guys can get more information. You can buy tickets. If you don't win, you can buy tickets to this meet and greet with Jalen Waddle. Get your photo ops, get your autographs. All you got to do is go to HollywoodCollectibles.com. But right now, text the word Waddle to 20357, and you can win. Also, going to give away another 4-pack today of tickets to Blizzard Beach. And yes, I've seen the jokes that Tobin would refer a beach that was actually made of Dairy Queen blizzards.
Oh, wouldn't that
I'd
be
go
good,
there.
though?
I would go there
I
too.
would
Oh, I
totally
love a Dairy
to
Queen
be
blizzard.
God,
Oh,
that's good.
Not a fan.
I know. You don't
Of course not. Of course, literally, of course not.
Wow. Why everybody hating on me? Because I'm
You,
not.
you don't like ice cream. It's a weird take.
So
Very
good.
weird.
It's delicious.
I like ice cream with things.
With pie.
Yeah, you're an
Yeah.
a la mode guy. The old love a la mode.
You
Really?
was an unnecessary shot.
You love a la everything.
Very fair.
I like art.
Except I love that.
a la carte.
You guys see Bam hit a 3 last night?
What?
Bam hit a 3 last night? Let's get the confidence Jackson.
How about Bam ripping the net from the top of the arc? That's 2 times that the 7-block man from the Orlando game was disinterested and extended a hand. Russell loses the ball, right baseline, gets it back.
Man, yeah, going deep.
Top of the key.
Anthony
That's
Davis.
gonna look real good. Him shooting those threes when Joel Embiid gets here.
I don't know where you are.
This is
Did you see
strange
Joel
that you're
Embiid? Like, he
doing
I
doesn't-
don't like
this.
that.
Joel Embiid's not going anywhere, dude. Joel Embiid scored. Did he score like 50 in 3 quarters last night?
Yeah.
He's going anywhere, dude.
Wait. He scored 29 points in the third.
Yeah, I don't think the Sixers are parting ways. I think they're fine with old fat bum going to LA with his 17 points last night.
Oh, they lost. So crazy.
See what Damian Lillard did last night, by the way.
No. What did he do? Was it good?
I'm more than sure you're hate watching.
5 of 15. Whew. 2 of 8 from
Yikes.
3. Oof. Woo. Tyler Hero's better. Anyway, I'll tell you who's looking dangerous right now.
Hmm?
A-Rod's Wolves.
Are they?
Yep.
Damn.
Oh
You know,
my
I
God. They're woo.
hate Rudy Gobert so much.
I
even
do
pay
too.
attention.
I don't like him, but him
Hey,
and
They
him-
just start making threes and you can't shut it off.
Yeah.
they've beaten they gave the Celtics their first loss. I believe they gave the Nuggets their first loss.
Oh wow.
Yeah, they've had a couple of quality wins here to start off the season. These Wolves,
Damn.
dangerous.
Now that's someone who I'm keeping an eye on. And
Oh yeah, because the Wolves will screw it up eventually.
yeah, and him and Spo had a good relationship this past.
Well, did you see that Steve Kerr stepping down after the Olympics?
I
Seems like
did.
Spo's gonna slide on in there. He's gonna become the top dog.
season.
Should be there already.
Should be there. Yeah.
He
for
didn't
sure.
lose to Latvia.
Come on. And you should retire, Steve Kerr. That whole area just washed. I mean, Steph
You
Curry.
still upset about Klay Thompson hitting that game winner the other night?
He made a child cry. Did you see that?
Hey,
I was watching the game.
it's pretty amazing that Klay Thompson could do this 10 times this year. And it won't even phase Marcos. Not even a little bit.
I mean, he's not better than Tyler Hero. Let's start with that.
See, now you're just trying to get Tobin on your side.
He's not
Stop
better
it.
than Jimmy Butler.
Stop trying to politic.
Not
You
better
just
than
trying
Bam.
to get votes from Tobin. That's it.
Can I get a Bam Adebayo last night? Bam Adebayo had a 20-20 triple-double last night.
Yeah, better than Clay.
He finished 22 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists. Never been done in franchise history. This is Bam on hitting that mark.
Because without that 3, I mean, I think you lose. So the 3 was pretty big.
No, I would have kept shooting the ball. I'm gonna say the first one in Heat history.
Yeah, that's it.
Very strange.
It's a very weird cut.
Very strange.
Okay, that was direct.
It was strange.
More about the 3 than anything.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the cut was labeled. And
You don't
as
even
yeah.
Can I just tell you, you don't even know because I got hit with that because I had 9 touchdowns receiving as a running back.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, "Do you know?" I'm like, "No." I got like 20 catches for, you know what I mean? It's like not that big of a deal.
It was a pretty big deal, though.
No,
I mean,
no.
it's a franchise that has a lot of good players, and he did something that
It's one of those. It's one of those things that right after that game, you're happy, but you're frustrated at how it went. So you're just like, okay, you know.
It's frustrating, but I think the first thing is, I think the thing that's interesting about it is that they just need to get out of the hole. That's number one. So getting to 3 and 4 is big. This is clearly a weird thing. I think it might have to do with how they start fourth quarters with no Jimmy and Bam. I don't know if they're going to keep being able to do that.
So do you have to start with one or the other?
I think so.
At least for like the first couple of minutes, and then
but
because I'm guessing they think that Tyler, because Tyler starts the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they think that he can hold down the fort.
Yeah, but to be fair, you know, like with them in there, they didn't score the last 4 minutes anyway.
Right.
You were just holding on. You were holding on to your cheeks at the end. It was something.
They didn't score. Think about that. You won a game,
Mm-hmm.
and you didn't score the last 4 minutes of the game.
I know.
And it wasn't like a big lead.
Nope. And then they didn't have, and then the Lakers didn't score in the last 3 minutes, basically.
That was an ugly ending to a basketball game, even if it's not your team.
It was. It definitely was. Here's Eric Spoelstra on Jimmy versus LeBron James and saying Jimmy doesn't duck anybody.
I don't know. Jimmy he just loves competition. He loves the highest level of competition, and he always wants to guard, you know, the other team's best players. That's who he's been all of his career, and it hasn't changed as he's gotten older. You have to really admire that about him. He's not ducking big matchups. And shall I say, you see some of that in this league. But he ain't hiding.
Tell us, Spo. Spill that tea, Spo. Tell us who's ducking. Who's a coward? I want Spo to tell us who a coward is.
Who was he talking about?
Who is he talking about? I mean, that's been a big Giannis thing for a while. People say, "Oh, Giannis one of the best defenders. He doesn't defend anybody one-on-one. It's all help." Okay. That's that. You know, I don't know who he's talking trash, but he said he did say yesterday. He's like, "Yeah, I'm surprised LeBron actually went on Jimmy."
Well, did he though? He kind of passed the ball up, you know.
No, not at the end on offense. He's talking about on defense, taking Jimmy on.
Okay.
I mean, they were pretty banged up there at the end too. I mean, like they didn't have. Well, not banged up. Street clothes was of course banged up because street clothes is going to street clothes. Yep. But then you had D'Angelo Russell who got kicked out of the game.
Yeah.
For what? I'm still trying to figure out for what.
Like they were just tired of his. I think they were just tired of him talking.
Got to read the refs. Kyle Lowry did it.
The refs were very sensitive last night, but they're like, yeah, during the break, D'Angelo Russell got kicked out of the game, and he just is going over and badgering the referees and said, "Hey, take a hike." They kicked him out. It was hilarious.
I guess.
Then Darvin Ham got it. Then Tyler got it. The refs were very sensitive last night, which is why I just think it's hilarious. It's like, hey, you got if you know, like once they kick a guy out for chirping, shouldn't everybody kind of be on like
it should be a chirp-free environment.
You should kind of know, okay, they're not taking it tonight. They're not dealing with it tonight.
That doesn't, man. People are come on. You know how that works. They figuring, oh, I'm just not going to say what he said, but I'm still going to chirp.
I'm going to get my business in.
Yep.
I'm going to say what I have to say. But, yeah, heater up on First Take today. They're talking about, love a classic First Take segment of, did LeBron make the right move of passing up on the ball at the end?
Oh, God. How often does that happen?
It's got to be the most debated topic of all time.
He does it all the time, and everybody is shocked, you know, that he does. But he throws it to the open guy.
I mean, at this point, though, like I can understand early on, you know, you're scared about your legacy. You have to make sure you preserve the legacy. So you kind of pass that blame on to another person. He's old.
You think it was passing blame?
I feel like I don't need the right basketball move, LeBron, to make it seem like he's the ultimate IQ player. Sometimes you got to overwrite that.
But it wasn't like you made it sound like it was like a layup. It wasn't.
Just dunk it over.
Is the right basketball move to go against two of the best defenders in the league? Because he had Jimmy Butler on him with Bam coming to help.
Yeah.
Right. You pass the ball.
No, you got to go for it.
But I think the thing that people probably object to is like, oh, you didn't need the three. So should they have found an easier shot? I don't know.
Wait. With all those people around him, I think that was the only person he could see.
Probably.
It just happened to be a three.
Cam Reddish was wide ass open.
Wide open.
Yeah, but it's Cam Reddish.
I understand.
Gross.
I understand.
You
don't have to say gross.
Jordan passed it to Steve Kerr.
That's not Steve Kerr.
That's not Steve Kerr.
I'm just saying. Like,
exactly.
Wait a minute.
Tony Kukoc.
Why, can I ask you a question? Why are you so shocked at something that LeBron has done his whole career?
I'm not. I just think it's funny that it's up there it's 21 years in and they're still debating, did LeBron make the right move?
Right. It's like,
it's hilarious. Now, it is funny how they're talking about, you see this LeBron, he had these comments to the media, very complimentary of the Heat. He said that the Heat are right there with the Steelers, the Spurs, the Patriots, as far as continuity is concerned. He was talking about his time down here is important, all that. He was quoting Pat Riley to start things off. Then he kind of had like this whole little diatribe about how I was like, well, I would have still had the same career if I never came down here. And I'm just like,
I don't think so, dude.
On the line there, buddy. I don't know. But I don't want to quibble. I don't want to quibble. Even mostly complimentary, I would take that back a little bit, walk it back a little bit.
No, you
a little bit.
No, you won't. You are lying.
I don't want to quibble about it. Let's not get it twisted. The 4 years I was here was amazing. I loved everything about it. I love the franchise. The franchise is top tier, one of the best franchises in the world. But as far as my career was going to be my career as far as individuality because of how much I put into the game. I know how much I strive to be as great as I can be. But as far as what I was able to learn here, it's second to none. That's for sure. Yeah, he almost nailed it. Almost.
So now you critiquing
his almost nailed it.
What should he have said?
He should have been like, thank you, because I was a ringless bum and everybody was laughing at me before I got here.
Right. That sounds
and
right.
You put me on I would not even be in GOAT conversations.
Wait a minute.
I wouldn't even be on the farm if it wasn't for the Miami Heat.
Marcos.
And then he can say all that other stuff.
Yeah.
Says the guy who has traded almost everybody on the Heat roster.
What does that have to do with anything?
And then comes back and talks about facts have changed and this and that, and you never take full ownership.
I always take full ownership. That's quite the contrary. Nobody owns more ownership of full takes than me.
What the hell did you just say?
Exactly, dude. Exactly.
I think he should have at least acknowledged, thank you, Dwayne Wade, for teaching me how to win. And then everything else he could have said. What was he doing before?
Nothing. So still not enough, right? That's never going to
almost nailed it.
That's never going to change.
He almost nailed it. Like I said, I don't want to quibble him.
The guy could play basketball for 25 years, do things that nobody's ever done in the sport, and you're still gonna nailed it. Almost nailed that career.
He almost
nailed that career, LeBron.
He almost no. Not that he almost nailed his reflection. He almost got it right. Not quite, but almost.
Oh, he should have called himself a bum.
Well,
a ringless bum.
Ringless bum.
What he was.
All right.
Let's forget history. Here's the thing. It's like it's so far back now. Like this is legitimately a generation of basketball away. We're talking 2011. It's a long time ago. And a lot of these TikToker kids, they don't know. They just think he's the guy from Space Jam. He's the GOAT. But they don't know. It was a journey where he was a ringless bum when he got here and he wouldn't post up JJ Barea. Okay. I'm not going to make him say that in his quote, but he almost nailed it. He just did two things that he didn't do right last night. Whine too much about the referees. And he almost nailed his quote on reflection on Miami. Almost.
So you think you should bring up JJ Barea every time as well?
I think it would help me if, like, he said at some point, we should have had 3, but I didn't post up JJ Barea.
That would help me too, actually.
It would help me.
That
It
would
would
help
help
me
me.
too.
It would help me. But I don't want to quibble. He's a great player. He's maybe the greatest player of all. He's the greatest player I've ever seen play. Okay. I still don't understand how he's doing what he's doing. Sure, it's all natural. I don't know how he's doing what he's doing. But for me,
what are you doing?
To me to watch him last night dunk like he's a 25-year-old, somehow run into the basket and act like nothing happened to him physically. Sure, it's all in the up and up. And what I'd like to say is this is the greatest player I've ever seen, because he is the greatest player I've ever seen play basketball outside of 09 D-Wade. But outside of but he is the greatest player I've ever seen. He said, well, he almost nailed it.
Wow.
But I've never said he's not a good basketball player. I've never said that. You can talk about all the petty things that I've said or that I hold a grudge. I admit, I went through some dark ages. I went to the warm, dark bosom of Skip Bayless. I was in a bad place.
Who's at it again, by the way?
Oh, of course. He couldn't wait. He's like, vintage night. He's like, hot damn, vintage night. He comes into work today, peacocking. LeBron last shot debate. I'm back, baby. My partners leave me. My ratings are down. But LeBron, he never lets me down.
Hi, Brendan. This is Skip Bayless.
We'll switch on over to the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel doing some more reflecting on the KC loss. We'll hear from the Dolphins coach. Hour 2 coming up next.
Tua, 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 Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa, Dolphins quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of
Hour two of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Let's get into some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Coming across the wire, you have yesterday, Big Ten has informed Michigan that it could be facing disciplinary action from the league. Leroy, what's the vibe over there in Wolverines land? What's going on over there?
Wolverines.
I have no idea, to be honest with you.
I can tell you,
I
they're
know
shaking their boots.
I know that Ward didn't go to the meeting, the BCS meeting, because he's a voter. So he didn't go this week.
What is that? That's like the vote on the playoff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Just because he thought he'd be shunned?
No, because he got to deal with the damn Big Ten.
Maybe he was scouting other teams.
They're finding a new position for Connor Stallion.
Look at that.
I can't even believe that's a real name. Doesn't even sound like a real name. Connor Stallion.
Sounds like he was in Rocky 5.
It does. It sounds like somebody Rocky would fight.
Definitely a wrestler's name for sure.
What do you got here, Connor? It's a picture of David Hasselhoff. That's a run. It's a run. Oh man. No. That's where we're at right now.
It's okay. Harbaugh's going to the NFL anyway.
Yeah, I know, but like, listen, you don't want I think what they probably got to hope for is that this doesn't ruin anything this season. Like they are very much like screaming at the Big Ten and for due process and for everything to go through, because typically these investigations take a very long time, but a lot of the Big Ten coaches have gathered immediately because they want swift action. And yeah, I would say part of that probably is because Michigan's really good and they don't want Michigan to benefit from this. Or they want them to answer for their crime right now. But typically when there is an infraction like this, it does take some time.
Right. My thing is that you do realize, Big Ten dummies, that you're hurting your money. Right? Because I think, was it last year Michigan, the Big Ten got 2 teams?
Yeah.
Right. So just imagine everybody gets a cut of that.
Yeah, I get you. But you know what? It's also one of these things, like, while you may lose out on the money, like you don't want, you also can hurt a program that's going to get in the way of you winning, you know? Like that's what that they're going to look at that more so than they are going to talk about league money.
Okay, well, who has a chance to win the Big Ten? Michigan, Ohio State, and it was Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Is that safe to say those are the 3 teams?
Yeah.
Okay. And they play those 2 teams in the next 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So anybody else complaining about all of this, you're saying you would be better?
I think the thing is, Leroy, the argument I would have on this for their side is if you are so much better, then why do you have people in disguise trying to steal stuff from us?
Because, as you well know,
cheaters cheat.
People are people, man. They want an advantage.
Right, but that's like, okay, so if you guys are so, which I would agree, yes, Michigan is the superior team to most of the teams in that conference, then why can't you just beat me straight up?
That's the question.
That's the thing that would piss me off.
That's the thing that I'm struggling with. Is like, wait a minute. You had a guy go and dress up in Central Michigan gear.
You had him dress
to
as a
scout
Chippewa?
Michigan State.
Yeah,
Michigan State. I'm not wasting cheating on Michigan State. Sorry.
That's the point of it, though. It's like
right.
when cheating is so blatant, you're like, but why?
And
You
here's the
know?
other thing, the other question. Here's the question I have. Is Central Michigan going to get penalized too?
For
There's
what?
no way they didn't know that guy didn't belong on the sideline.
What do you mean? He's in disguise.
As a Central Michigan dude,
Yeah.
wait a
No,
minute.
You think Mario Cristobal knows every guy who has a Canes windbreaker?
That's a good point.
Somebody does.
I don't know.
Somebody's asking, who are you?
Maybe you just assume that someone else, like, you're at a party and you're like, you know this guy? And it's like, I thought he came with
Yeah,
you.
I think that's Todd the intern. I think he's.
Oh, is that really?
But I'm
Mr.
just
Cristobal,
saying.
Mr. Cristobal,
But,
look at the
but
ball for you.
I'm just saying.
Guy works hard.
Um,
Hopefully they promote him one day.
Central Michigan allowed that guy on the sidelines. And did he buy the gear?
Yeah, but there's a lot of people on these football sidelines. Come on.
Everybody knows everybody on.
And let's be real about it. If this guy's cheating against the big schools, something tells me like Central Michigan is like taking candy from a baby. If you have spy glasses,
Ooh, the new metaverse glasses.
I don't know.
Seen those? Keep those away from Kyle Brandt. Doesn't like the Google Lens.
Pretty wild. Anyway, more headlines.
I can't. Like, I don't know. I don't like. It sucks. Todd the intern would have taken the knee.
I wish.
I don't know. I don't know how to.
By the way,
I've never been caught up in anything like this, so I don't know how I feel about my school being caught up in it, and I find myself like with the steroid era. I find myself asking, what was the advantage? Because, like, before steroids, Barry Bonds was the greatest hitter I ever saw. And that's never going to change. But then he just did it until he was 40. And that's the, so I don't know.
Listen.
Like, it sucks,
Yeah, no, it sucks because you're having a great season. This could finally be the season you get over, and this is going to be what everybody talks about all year.
And it's wide open this year. There's nobody who's actually run away with anything.
No, that's what sucks. I get it. As a fan, that would piss me off for sure. Like, that's all anybody's going to talk about this year. But like when you see some of the ridiculousness of this stuff, you're just like, wait, what? What were they doing? It just felt like some of the stories just seem so over the top. I'm like,
right.
Did you need it? Because it's like, yeah, I would think it'd be like, do you need to do all this?
But think about this. These are the things that have gotten Jim Harbaugh in trouble. Spying on Michigan State at Central Michigan game and buying somebody a legal cheeseburger. Right? Like, I get it. There are rules, but doesn't that seem like crazy? Somebody can give a kid $1 million to come to the university and do NIL, and you bought an illegal cheeseburger?
Yeah, that one was stupid for sure.
Right.
But it's like he lied about it. Like,
But that's it. We all lie. Nobody, like, when you get caught and you get asked of some illegality in anything, your first response is, wasn't me. Right? I don't care how simple it is, hey, buddy, we got you on tape. That ain't me. Like, you just deny it. It's human nature. Like, have you ever gone home and said, hey, Tommy, Sophie, who did this? Wasn't me.
Bro, I caught my daughter lying this morning. She lies like, I'm like, hey. She goes, I gave that cat water. I'm like, but you didn't. I'm like, he's not an elephant. He can't drink water that fast. You didn't give him water. She goes, I gave that cat water.
Oh,
like,
double down.
You did. No, you didn't.
Right. So like something as simple as pouring a cup of water into. No, let me expand that to an adult and a cheeseburger. Right?
I think you're lying about the cheeseburger. I think it was more than a cheeseburger.
Who cares?
I think it was a shake
How
too.
can you get suspended for buying a cheeseburger, but if the kid comes to school, we can give him $1 million? Think about that.
If it was going to be, I will say though, Jim Harbaugh looks like somebody who likes getting over on people.
Yeah.
it's like I don't know, man. I just hate it. I hate it, and I find myself like it. Here's what I find myself doing. If it were Miami or if it were Ohio State, like even when Ohio State got caught up in that tattoo thing, I'm
Yeah.
like, really? A jersey for a free tattoo and that derails your whole program? That sounds ridiculous to me.
Mm-hmm.
Especially to an organization that nobody has any faith in anyway. Now you're hoping that they bring down the ruling?
But it's odd now because you know what's funny is like we have gotten to a point with college sports where I do feel like the paying of athletes or recruiting violations, like the Jim Harbaugh thing didn't with the cheeseburger, like it didn't really make a blip. Most people made fun of it. They're like, you're suspending him for the 3 games for what? Who cares? Okay, good for you guys. So to actually have a college scandal these days, that does seem like it's resonating because we saw this with the Astros, like, okay, how much of an advantage is it? I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. You're banging trash cans, but people don't like cheating. They don't. Whatever window you want to put it under, and especially when it looks like you went to ridiculous measures like spyglasses and costume.
Oh my God. Like just to see that guy on the sideline of a Central Michigan State game and thinking to myself, our coach and our program may get penalized for trying to steal signs at a Central Michigan State game.
Too much.
Too
much.
Like, you know what? As a player, I'm thinking, man, we needed to do this. Do you have any faith in us? Right? That's how, as a player, that's how I'm looking at that. Like, you got one of the best teams in the country. What do you need to do that for?
Well, listen, man, you cheat the game. The only one you're cheating is cheating yourself.
That's right.
Oh, that's all I need to finish off this.
Pretty good.
By the way, shout out to the Hurricanes. They opened up their season last night. Canes Hoops. They won 101-60 over the New Jersey Institute of Technology.
That's injured.
Right. Yep.
They always get into the tournament. I've seen them in the
Highlanders.
I've seen them in the tournament before.
So they win. Panthers win last night 5-4 in overtime.
Yep.
Swaggy with the game winner. Of course, it's Carter Verhaeghe. It's what he does.
Yeah.
And Cats were up 3-0 like really quickly in this game, though, by the way.
And then gave up the lead. It was like 3-up in the first 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
That's never a good sign.
No.
When you get up early like that, ooh.
And the Chargers, they blew out the Jets last night on Monday Night Football. Final score 27-6.
And it wasn't that close.
Nope. And old MILF Hunter was sacked 8 times.
I mean, they didn't protect him at all. And it was
Well,
crazy because he tried to do all the quarterback stuff, like stepping up in the pocket, and he's like, oh, no, too late.
We'll take a quick break. Come on back here from Mike McDaniel, reflecting on their loss to the Chiefs. Back after this.
Dell's Black Friday.
you, 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 here on the program. Last night, Miami Heat get a victory over the Lakers. We'll get back into that in just a little while as they get themselves probably their best win of the season. Go ahead. Sorry, Leroy, you were muted. What'd you say there?
We got a 305 parlay.
Yes, we did. We did. Panthers, Heat, and Canes Hoops yesterday, all getting the victories, which was much needed after an awful weekend.
Oh, yeah.
An awful weekend of football.
Hey, there's nothing worse than your misery being accomplished before 1 o'clock on Sunday.
Yeah, dude, it was the longest Sunday with that. The longest Sunday. But let us hear from Mike McDaniel. Always well-reasoned. He's a man who has big thoughts. He's a philosophical man. He's a silly man, but he's a good coach. And this is what he had to say on the narrative of them losing these big games. He thinks that, a lot of it's them beating themselves.
I think it's interesting that the inside the locker room and indirectly the question that you just posed, you guys are sharing the same sentiment, which is not that we're not good enough. So that I think is what the feeling of the locker room is that when we lose, we beat ourselves. And it so happens, I think, in this season, that when we have beaten ourselves, there's been there's been 3 teams that have really taken advantage of that, and they all have winning records. Correlation, causation. The bottom line is we're finding different things out that have nothing to do with our opponents, in my opinion, as much as they deserve credit. And the Kansas City Chiefs have hardware from last season and are used to winning, and they played hard.
I think that's I agree. I feel a lot of that from these games is that they have not looked like they have been outclassed, but their execution has been frustrating at the end of these games or in the key moments of these games, and especially with getting off to rough starts.
That's part of it, though. Part of it is when you're climbing that hill, right? You tend to press more than a team who's already on top because they have the attitude they have to come get us. And when you look at Cincinnati, you look at Kansas City, you look at Philadelphia, you look at Buffalo, okay? It's not that they don't look at the Dolphins as, formidable opponents. It's that they get into their minds that, hey, we've been here, we've done this, we know what it takes to win these types of games, and let's go out and act accordingly, like we have been on top of this mountain. And sometimes I think the Dolphins press, either from a coaching perspective, trying to outsmart the other team, or from just decision making, or from trying to make too much out of something to try and, show that you can compete. When in actuality, you should actually just kind of take it down a notch and just play your game and play football and let it, play out the way it does. Every time this team has pressed, it usually results in Tua forcing the ball or somebody trying to make 15 yards when only 2 yards is there and they fumble. There is always that pressing kind of mentality, like you want so much to prove that you belong, when the fact of the matter is you have to just accept that you belong and go out and do the things that you've done well.
Here's a little bit more from Mike McDaniel. Says it was a hard film session on Monday.
The loss is the loss. It was hard to watch the tape. That hurt is healthy though. I was very proud of the way we invested ourselves into the work of week of practice last week. I was proud of how we didn't run from that tape, which can be painful. If you're going to lose the game, you might as well make it purposeful. I think we We've lost 2 games since the Buffalo game, but we made the Buffalo loss purposeful, and we've approached practice collectively at a heightened level across the board. And we have no other plans but to use this experience purposefully as well moving forward.
Good. Fix it.
Got 2 weeks.
Got 2 weeks before the Raiders roll into town.
Hey, but really, don't fix it.
Yeah, like fix it.
Yeah,
Like, let's get through. When is that moment? Can you give me like an exact date though of when I know that they're ready to win? Because I would like that moment.
No, here's what'll happen.
Christmas against the Cowboys is
They'll win. They'll win 3 games in a row, and then oh, they fixed it. When in actuality, it's just the season, right?
I don't really know like what could be the fix it game unless like they win on the road against Baltimore. I don't really know what is. The game.
I think
it's going to make you feel that they fixed it.
Here's the deal: they play the Cowboys, they play Buffalo, and they play the Raiders. Who they play?
The last 3 weeks of the season are a gauntlet. It's hosting Cowboys, on the road in Baltimore, hosting the Bills.
You got to win 2 of those 3.
Yep,
you have to. And I'm not the guy that would normally put this out there, but at that moment of the season, right? Whereas you're going to have already played 14 games. Now it's how do we compete against these teams moving forward in the playoffs?
Yeah, they're going to be favored in every game up until that Cowboys game. Like I think the Jets were feeling a little froggy. And by the way, this Aaron Rodgers, dude, stop throwing in front of the cameras on Monday Night Football, dude. Enough already.
He probably doesn't
Go throw at the
all.
practice facility, you show pony.
I bet he does.
Here's the problem. The problem is not even that. We can take this a step further and say, why in the hell are they on Monday Night Football?
Oh, well, it's because of him. He's the reason. They can't flex out Monday nights.
That's the Zion thing. The Pelicans were on TV all the time during Zion's first year, except for Zion wasn't there.
But the Dolphins are going to be, for the next 5, they're going to be favored in all of them. They're hosting the Raiders in New York, in New York for the Jets, in Washington, Monday Night Football, hosting the Titans, and then hosting the Jets before, and that's on
wow.
And then they
Black Friday.
Yeah, no, the one on Black Friday is the one on the road. That's the one on the road.
The Jets, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I got a whole month before I can legitimize the Dolphins.
Yeah, pretty much.
God.
Not really, because at that point you could have a 2 or 3 game lead.
You could.
I mean, yeah, and we will, but it's not. I've fallen victim of the narrative. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Here,
you're scared of the narrative.
Can I just say this? Can I just say this?
Scared.
Where this franchise has been in the last 10 years and where they are now, I'm trying very hard not to just overreact to the circumstances that they have this year, when in the last 20 years, you've never even had the right to have this conversation because they haven't been where they are now.
Yeah, you
kind of have to put it in its proper perspective while still being upset. I'm not saying you can't be upset about losing, but you have to put it in its proper perspective, is that you ingrates. This is the first time in a long time that where the conversation has been this team can compete with anybody in the NFL. And
if the Dolphins continue to do what they've been doing, which is beat the teams that they should beat and beat the games they're favored in,
they'll be 12-5.
If they got to week 16 and they were already 11 wins into this thing, I mean, yeah, and you're doing what you, first of all, you'd probably already have, you probably need to just win one of those last 3 to clinch the playoffs for sure.
Yeah.
And if you did win 2 out of those last 3, then
you're talking about 13-4. So that's my point. Let's calm down a little bit, right? I get everybody's upset about the loss and you wanted to see them show well against one of the upper echelon teams, but they're one of the upper echelon teams because they've been doing it for years. You just got to the party. So you got to kind of like
you got to the party, you were a little underdressed. you know, you're like, I didn't realize
You haven't been there before. This is a new
black
invite.
tie,
A new
you know,
invite, right? Like you
and
used to going to birthday parties at Chuck E. Cheese, and
Right.
all of a sudden you got invited to the Met Gala.
Yeah, now you're
right?
wearing an elk costume at Prime 112.
yeah, it's like, you know, I don't belong here. I'm not made for this world. And it's like, you know, they say, Tua, would you like to try some escargot? He goes, what's that? And
You
like,
know what's amazing?
Patrick Mahomes laughs at me. He goes, he doesn't know what snails are.
Hey, you guys remember that totally different than I do. You remember it as him wearing an elf costume while eating at Prime 112. I remember it for the $4,000 worth of stone crabs some guy bought just to show off with his girl.
Did you?
Right?
Because the thing that I actually remember, besides me wearing an elf costume, was how much that waiter hated Marcos for asking for hot sauce.
God,
He was playing with the hot sauce.
He hated Marcos.
Oh my God, he didn't want to look at me. He didn't even want to look at me.
You want what? Ew. Turned his nose up at you.
Yeah.
We went to this nice restaurant. You guys got sliders, which is a whole
They were
nother.
good though. Oh, they were good. Take a quick break. The damage is done, my friend. Is next. Oh, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with your 560 WQAM. If you guys want to win a photo op and autograph with Jalen Waddell, then all you have to do is text the word Waddell to 20357.
I'm surprised you didn't go Vaddle.
Vaddle, I like that. Vaddle. Didn't get to see him do his penguin dance.
Someone's going to spell Waddle wrong.
I feel like you should spell it for them.
You have to now.
Or say it correctly.
You spell it like Jalen Waddell.
That's not.
Jalen Waddell.
Oh, We're French. We never went to France.
If you guys want to get a photo op and autograph of Jalen Waddle, text the word Waddle, WADDLE, to 20357. And you guys can win that courtesy of Hollywood Collectibles. Jalen Waddle is going to be at Hollywood Collectibles coming up on Saturday off Sterling Road in Dania Beach. You guys could buy tickets at HollywoodCollectibles.com and you get that photo op and autograph. But if you want to win it, text Waddle to 20357 and you could win. Let us get the damages done, my friend. So this happened during the Heat game. This is becoming very infuriating with me, okay? So yesterday, Cam Reddish, fourth quarter, drives to the bucket. It's been 7 minutes left, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler gets called for the foul. Coach's challenge. Jimmy Spo's like, coach's challenge. And so they go to the review, and John Crotty goes, Eric, I think they might get banned for a reach-in, but that's not what they're reviewing. The coach's challenge is on Jimmy. So wouldn't you know it, Crotty nailed it. And the ref goes, coach's challenge is successful. The foul is on Bam Adebayo, not on Jimmy Butler. And I'm like, hey, that's not a successful challenge. One. Second of all, what is this going? This has happened to the Heat twice now already this season, where they get to go correct their mistakes, where they called the wrong foul or they're reviewing something that coach said, I'm challenging, is that a foul or not? You're like, you're right, coach. It wasn't a foul, but it was on Bam. Sorry, but you get to keep your timeout. No, the damage is done, my friend. I don't want Cam Reddish going to the free throw line.
The damage is done, my friend.
This is pissing me off.
Is that new? Was that always a thing?
I think it is new. Well, there's a couple things that are new. One, you get an extra challenge if you win your challenge,
which is good.
I like that. If you win a challenge, you get.
Based on Spo's recent history, why would he ever challenge?
This is ridiculous. I'm like watching. It's like, nah, they can't do that. I know Crotty's on the ball on this stuff, but like, oh, John, they can't do that. They can't do that, and they did it. They called the foul on Bam on Cam Reddish, even though that wasn't even the play they were challenging.
Bam's looking around like, wait a minute, what I got to do with this?
Bam is like, what?
That kind of like messes whether or not I'm going to challenge certain things now, because
I just literally said that, Marcos.
But it's just that previously we would see it all the time, and it's like, I mean, that's not what we're talking about, though. That's not the exact thing that we're talking about. Sure, but the ref missed it. That's why we don't have robots doing it. Human error is supposed to be part of it. What the hell are we doing?
He shouldn't be able to go to another part of the play.
Right.
You didn't call it on that play. It should be blocked out.
Right.
Ridiculous.
That's like going, oh, no, we were wrong. It wasn't on Jimmy, but it was on Bam. Like, that doesn't even, like, why would you ever challenge? Right? You
Damage is done.
Damn.
All right.
What do you got, Leroy?
So I got sucked into watching Monday Night Football because it was Monday Night Football, and I was rooting for Tobin to go 0-3.
Which
so
I did.
So I could have a nice lead. But if you're the defense of the New York Jets and you stop a team and your offense is now on the field, you got to watch them more than you have to pay attention to what you're doing on defense. Because either one or two things are going to happen. They're going to be 3 and out, or they're going to be 1 and done because somebody's going to throw a pick or fumble. And at this point, Sauce Gardner, the Williams brothers, all them guys that have been balling out, it's got to be looking over at that offense and going, the damage is done. We got no shot.
True.
No shot
No shot.
whatsoever. We wait. The other team scored 27 points, and I can't remember them scoring on us. It's crazy.
It's got to be really demoralizing.
It is. I was on one of those teams, so I understand it. I was on it both ways. I was on the team that scored a lot of points, but the defense couldn't stop nobody. And I was also on a team with a top 3 defense, and we barely scored 20 points. It like, yeah, and you just like, you go, you know, sometimes you come out of the game and you go to the defense who just went on like, had a 10-play drive or something like that and held them to a field goal, and they got to be back on the field in 3 minutes, and they shaking their head when they go into, you just go up to them and say, I'm sorry. Sorry.
It's Did South says, imagine the police saying, you weren't speeding, but we got you for rolling that stop sign.
Right.
Damage is done, my friend.
I feel like that's what happened to me a couple months ago when I got they're like, you ran that red light. I'm like, what red light? They're like, oh, you ran it. You ran it. And then I like go back and look at the intersection. It's not there.
So there was never a red light?
No.
Nice.
Okay.
Still had to pay
Did you get a
$80.
ticket?
Yes, of course.
You know what you did, dude.
I didn't do anything.
You know what you did.
His face says differently.
Ticket Wizard took care of it, thankfully,
nice.
but like still annoying. Like, you know.
Nobody wants to deal with tickets.
What do you got, JFig? What's your damage for today?
Well, remember when Mariah Carey tweeted out Mariah season?
Yep.
Season?
Susan.
Well, she moved up the dates, and I went to Target the other day.
What?
Her song was playing.
What?
She actually did that.
Yeah, I was at the mall this weekend too. They already had Christmas stuff
Already?
out. Already.
Yeah.
That's
just
disrespectful.
You know what?
That is disrespectful.
Listen, Christmas
We have no
officially
offense.
starts on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
Agreed.
I'm gonna tell you when this started.
That's good.
This started with those damn Christmas trees. You couldn't buy a Christmas tree until Friday. Now you can buy a Christmas tree that week. And my wife drags me every year, early, because she wants to get the good trees. So I gotta go to all these tree places and get all sapped up because she want me to shake this one, shake that one. Listen, you shouldn't be able to buy a tree before Thanksgiving. I've had about enough of this. Black Friday sales all through November. It ain't a Black Friday sale if it ain't on Friday. Damn it.
You shouldn't be studying Christmas trees when there's still candy out there.
Wow. That's a good point.
We
got some good candy here today.
Yeah,
Leroy.
Joe
Got
Rose
candy.
dropped
Really?
off some candy this morning.
Yeah.
Was that a Twizzler?
Pretty sure this made
No.
Marcos's list.
Airhead, dude.
It's an
Oh
Airhead.
yeah, that was one
Trying
of
to
the
shake
top
it,
five.
no.
shaking it
One
into
of
a
the
ball,
best
though.
ones,
Oh,
That's
hey, listen.
disgusting.
I didn't mention this in the candy list. If you turn your Airhead into a pillow, which is what you're doing currently, then that raises the sweetness level by 33%.
It does.
So,
It does.
What
What?
kind of Googling did you just
yes.
do?
No, this is
It's just facts.
trial and
It's
error.
it's just frog science, dude.
More
You
delicious.
guys, I guess when you're old, you just like the chocolate, right?
I guess
Yeah, a lot
so.
of people like
Yeah.
chocolate.
She's got
And,
everything.
and by the way, Reese's, hey
Mhm.
Reese's, and
Oh.
I went. I'm a big fan of. I don't want to admit this. I'm a big fan of Valentine's Day shopping the day after Valentine's, and go and get the candy, the trick or treat candy the day after Halloween. Right? I'm a big fan. Here's how they got me this year. I go to the table. You know that sales table. All Publix have them. Right after the day of all that candy. So nobody want a damn Jack-o'-lantern Reese's peanut butter cup anymore because it's a new. I want that. I want all that smoke. I go over there. There is the biggest pile of candy corns that you have ever seen in your life. No chocolate. Nothing but candy corns, pumpkin candy corns. It is sickening.
They're waiting for you.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
I told them they could just take that table and throw it away. Ain't nobody coming by candy
the whole
corn.
table?
The whole table. I
Including
want
the
to drag it out the store.
Marcos, what's your damage, man?
My damage is done is a little different because no damage was done in this case. It goes to our boy, Jorge Masvidal.
Oh,
pled no contest to his battery case with Colby Covington. And eventually, after facing a potential decade behind bars, was able to walk free.
Mm-hmm.
The agreement that they made, all felony charges were dropped. So not a minute behind bars or on probation. So damage is done to Colby's face because he got punched, went through a lawsuit. Everything ended up getting dropped. So
I did see Jorge yesterday was on a Helwani show, and he said that he's going to break all of Colby's teeth now.
Look at that. I
think what you should probably, first of all, he's already
wait. Yep. Dude just walked out of the courtroom.
Absolutely.
For attacking a dude and having criminal charges filed against him for attacking a dude.
Mm-hmm.
And his first words after he's free is, now I'm going to break all of his teeth.
I'll break your teeth.
Damage is done, my friend.
That's the damage is done.
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
And also, he did fight Colby, and it was not a very close fight. Colby won that fight very easily.
Yeah.
So why you what so what are we doing?
Because Colby was talking trash. Masvidal, he's Masvidal. He ran up on him. He punched him in the face.
Yeah, but no consequences.
Then when they
so
fought
totally
for real, Colby pieced him up.
No, it was after they fought for real.
Yeah,
so
he cheated. He wrestled him.
I don't care. That's how the sport works. If you can wrestle, you can wrestle.
Well, tell that to everyone.
It's not
Derek
a
Lewis
boxing
is gone
match.
against.
Don't you know good fights, UFC?
I mean, the build-up for that fight was really good.
Bring it back.
So now
maybe they can box.
You think they're gonna fight again, or is Masvidal
retired? No, Colby's fighting for the belt. I mean, I don't know if Masvidal's trying to angle to fight for the belt again, but I thought he retired.
Yeah, no, don't even go for the belt.
No, Colby's fighting Leon Edwards in December for the championship.
This is what you do: get with the Paul brothers, settle this in the boxing ring.
With who?
Each other. They can box each other.
They did settle it. They settled it over 5 rounds. It was not close. I watched it.
No, but he's a wrestler. You know, with the boxing gloves on.
So you just want to see Colby Covington legally get punched in the face.
I mean, look,
he was allowed to punch him in the face.
Yeah, but
in their matchup.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get to you, Marcos. He had every opportunity to smash his teeth in the octagon.
Yeah, it was a bad day. You know, I didn't have a good day. It was on a down.
It will always be a bad day against that dude.
Is he fighting for the belt?
Colby?
Yeah.
He is fighting for the belt.
He's good.
Right.
He is a good fighter.
It's tough.
He's a very good fighter.
But here's what I don't get. There's certain people in life that talk trash, right? No matter what. If you get pieced up, don't you kind of have to be quiet?
It's Masvidal.
I know. Connor does it.
The 3
Connor does it too.
Yeah.
Connor does it too.
Connor
ain't won a fight in what, 4 years?
These are actually 2 people that Jorge Masvidal has punched more outside of the octagon than he did in, because he also punched Leon Edwards right in the face because he was talking during his interview.
Yeah.
And he gave him the original 3-piece in a soda.
Look at that.
So those two guys are fighting for the title, and
you really like
you're just escaping prison sentence.
Yep.
And talking about
I'm gonna go punch
smashing
him
somebody's face in.
Yeah, I'm gonna double down.
Oh,
Gotta
man.
respect it.
Take a quick break. A little cat talk. We'll hear back from Doug Plagan's calls last night as the Panthers get a victory, plus get back into the heat. Spo has an interesting take on his top 3 players. That's next. What's up, everybody? Tobin and Leroy here with you. You hear that music? You know it's cat talk time, baby. And our cat talk here.
What we got? Hold up, time out.
Oh, okay. We'll just wait for Leroy.
I think we should wait for Leroy.
He's off. You got some red sweatpants on today? Was he Santa Claus?
He's dressed like
It's
Papa
Leroy
Smurf.
season.
Is that not Papa Smurf right there? Blue with the red pants?
I don't know.
I feel like it is. It's one of the Smurfs.
Never watched it.
From time to time, Tobin tells me to take off sports and put on the news.
Yeah.
Just because he's tired of seeing some of these talking heads on.
It's just, it gets repetitive. I'm sorry. First of all, Pat McAfee's show annoys me.
Yeah.
He doesn't annoy me, but just like the whole thing, he's just like standing up there. He's got no sleeves on. Just like, get off my toe. I can't watch that show on mute.
All right.
You know, like Stephen A., I can watch that show on mute all day.
you
I
just
know
like
some
the way
good
it
stuff. I just like the way it looks. And then it's just like, all right, Pat McAfee, put on the news. I want just the news on. I'm tired of ESPN being on the TV.
Great.
All right, let's get to some cat talk. That's just my friends over at. What do you have today? Cosmic Vibe.
Cosmic Vibe.
We got the vibe. Unite the vibes. Celsius.
What is that? What does Marcos have?
Drop vibe. Oasis vibe.
What is that?
Yours.
Fantasy
Put it
vibe.
closer to the camera, JFig.
Yes.
Fizz, put yours in the camera, Leroy. Vibes unite. Celsius. Crack them open.
So
energy
Tobin
for Florida Panthers.
Tobin has that's pineapple, right?
I think it's pineapple and star fruit.
Wow, it's my first time trying this. This is really
It's good, right?
Yes.
It's good with the marshmallow.
What do you have, Marcos?
I have Oasis Vibe,
which is
sparkling
some
prickly
pear.
prickly
with
pear.
lime. And then you got the fruit punch.
When was the last time somebody drank pear juice? I'll wait.
It's a good flavor. It's pretty good.
I feel like you're lashing out.
Sparkling mandarin.
It's a good flavor.
Marshmallow.
It's a good flavor.
This isn't sparkling mandarin.
No, yours is fruit punch.
Fruit punch.
Not
to be confused with the red Kool-Aid.
Cats win last night. They went 5-4 in overtime. Let's hear a little bit from Doug Plagans last night. You heard this call. Where was the game on 790 last night?
It was indeed on 790.
Well, we are your flagship for the Panthers radio network, and Nick Cousins, as the time was winding down, he says, check this out from your family tree.
Up the near side, Stenlund to
He's a
Forsling.
cousin.
1 minute to
I get it.
go.
He's a cousin. Now I get it.
Luostarinen taps it along. It's taken back by Provorov. Get away in front of shot. Cousins, and he scores. He scores. Nick Cousins ties the game. He cashes in off the turnover. It's 4-4 with 56 seconds to play.
Oh, man. And then in overtime, we take the switch and we turn our swag on.
Texier up the wing, right side in front for Jenner, passing his skates, and then a scramble for it. Kachuk out of the zone, Lundell, maybe a 2-on-1. Lundell up the right side, top of the circle, shot, save, rebound, they score. Carter Verhaeghe, the game winner, and the Panthers win in overtime. 5 for the final.
That was a Heat-like performance. Get up 3-0 early in the game.
Let it go. Come back.
Win in overtime.
Yep.
Overtime, baby.
The Panthers will be back in action tomorrow in Washington. A little quick trip there. Then they come back for some home games this weekend against Carolina and Chicago. But last night, a nice win with Carter Verhaeghe doing what he does, which is usually clutch goals. That's what Carter Verhaeghe does.
They're starting off a lot better than they did last year.
Certainly. And still not all the way healthy either. Here is the mastermind. I apologize to this guy last year. Paul Maurice after the game.
It's an interesting game. So you don't dominant in the first period for sure. I think where it changes for us, we had 3 shots blocked in the first and 12 in the second, and part of that is you get all this offense chance, and we do have some guys squeezing it a little around the net, especially as we stop moving our feet. You start getting those shot blocks, and you start to feel the fact that you had a 3-0 lead, and it was very little going against you, and then you get a little tight. I thought with the stick we did. And then you start to see the same breaks, the breaks that are, you're getting 10 that aren't going, that you're 1 and it's in the back of your net. But They kept going. Like when the goalie comes out and you get that many chances again, sometimes it's what you need. You need somebody that doesn't normally get out there to score to come up, and we got a break, and then it's in the back of the net. So we're taking it. We've generated an awful lot of offense lately that's not going. This is our first 5-goal game here this year, and haven't given that much up, but it looks dangerous right now because we're not, putting a lot up. Anyway, we're taking the win.
Because last November you're in Columbus, dominate, and lose.
Almost the same, right? Like
Right.
I don't know what our shot attempts, but I think we had 96 last year, so I don't think we're
96,
far off. We're far off that. Matter of fact, I think we gave up less in this building tonight than we did there. But the Chicago games and the Columbus games look the same, right? Big shot totals 4. We got behind it there and couldn't crawl out. We get way out of it here tonight and find ourselves behind it again. So small steps, just keep grinding. We're a couple of games over 500. Felt that we would need to be able to survive our early part till some of these guys come back, and we're doing that.
There you go.
You know what is amazing? With all the chaos that this man has gone through in his year plus of being the coach, right? He is as mellow as they get.
In aftermath, on the bench he can be a bit of a
right.
He's kind of like Spo in that regard. Like Spo's a bit of a psycho on the sidelines, and
but Spo gets heated in pressers sometimes.
He called his team bitches last year.
Whoa,
on the sidelines.
Who?
Spo?
Maurice.
Oh,
Maurice.
What? He would never. Look at that guy. He was so chill.
Dude, I'm telling
They were really up against it. He needed to use everything he could.
You know what?
Well. I mean, wait. You talk about what he was yelling. What about when you were yelling at him?
Well, I apologize.
And wait, and you know what's funny?
2-1 filthy.
As your good friend, as your boy, I try to talk you off the cliff that you climb up on all the time. And I said to you back then, early in the season when you were trashing the man, hey man, are they struggling because they're trying to play playoff hockey now? And you're like,
I apologize to the guy. I wrote him a song. What are you gonna keep you rubbing my nose in it? What am I, Zeus?
Because I do this here. I don't do this to shame you. I do this so that maybe the next time we go through something like this, you'll show a little patience. But you never do.
Yeah, why?
You
like
never
I don't
do.
You
put
just
effort figure I can apologize and all is good.
Yeah, I apologize to Tyler Hero. He's better than Damian Lillard.
Thank
They
God
call me
he's here.
accountable toes.
Wait. Thank God he's here for you to apologize to him.
That'd be
Because
right.
if you had your say so, Tyler Hero would be playing somewhere out west.
I gotta wonder. Spo said something so genius last night. I gotta tell you, and he's so wise and ahead of the curve on people. And he was talking about this big 3 of Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler. And it's the first time I can remember him really referring to them as that, a big 3. And I'll just let you hear the coach for himself, because some people were mocking this, and I thought quite genius.
Yeah, that'd be part of it. Give us enough time. That big 3 is going to be a problem. They're already working diligently to figure this out. They complement each other, which is great. And the most important thing is, this year it's really clicking for them to understand that they're the key, to this team. We have so many X factors on this team, guys that really can make a difference. But they're the ones. So those 3 guys, their collaboration, their competitive will, they're going to be the reason, for our ultimate success.
Beautifully said. Just give Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler some time together, and that big 3 is going to be a problem. They just need time.
Just a little bit more.
Just a little bit more time, dude.
Just a little bit more
like
time.
this is their 5th season together.
Yeah,
but when you are in the midst of a 5th season,
there, dude. We're almost
dude,
there.
because they weren't a big 3
Yeah.
the first year.
No,
because it was more like big 3 was Jimmy, Bam, Gogi.
Yeah.
And then it's like Tyler's coming along, but he dealt with injuries. Now Spo is then the second year he's doing some injuries. It was the back-to-back year. A lot of things were going wrong that year. COVID, blah, didn't work out. The next year, Tyler was the sixth man of the year. He was great. But now
Not
this
a
is
big three, though.
not a big three. And you had brought in Kyle Lowry, and all the hoopla was about Kyle Lowry. So really, as a big three,
Who says hoopla? Old people use hoopla.
the old do use hoopla. But I'm just telling you, Tyler, Jimmy, and Ben, while it seems like they have 5 seasons under their belt, they really don't. Not as a big three.
All right.
Not as a big three. They only have 7 games together as a big three.
I was gonna say.
So give them some time. And no playoff runs really together because Tyler's been hurt. He's been banged up. Yeah. So really, as a big three, what's Spo's trying to say? Don't mock this because all you need is a little bit of time. A little bit of time, Leroy. And Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler are going to have pristine chemistry.
Let me ask you a question.
Wow.
When have you ever taken that advice?
What do you mean?
You know what the hell I mean.
I don't know what you mean.
When have you ever been patient with any player?
All the time.
Oh, my God.
All the time.
Dude, you're
all the time.
Worst. You are the
No, I know it is. They've been together. Like they've been
you
on the
give a guy has a bad day shooting, and you come in the next day talking about TTL and Fat Cat. He don't get a chance to grow.
Yeah, I think you gave Kevin Love 3 games this year, if I'm not
mistaken.
Right.
I'm glad they benched him.
See what I'm saying?
So they need to do because too much old in the lineup.
So my question is this:
he is, he was a plus.
You were sitting here listening to Spo.
Yeah.
Talk about have patience. And I'm asking you, when have you ever shown patience?
Well, because I think people's reaction to that was,
No. We're not talking about people.
What do you mean?
We're not talking about people.
Well, I'm telling you
this
why
is a conversation with me and you.
I'm telling you why I'm giving it patience because I felt like the reaction of Heat Nation yesterday was to scoff at Eric Spoelstra and say, "What do they need time for? This is their 5th season together," and you're just
so you're having patience with this,
right? Because they haven't had this time together as a big three.
The other people on this panel, me, JFig, and Marcos are looking at you like, what a liar.
What do you mean?
Dude, because if somebody has a bad day shooting, you're going to come in here, or it might not even get to the show because lately you just been blowing our texts up. Wait, were you patient with Tyreek? The guy did, wait. The guy has done something that nobody in the history of football has done.
Right.
And you could not wait to get on him.
Because he blew the game? I mean, the facts are the facts. He can take it. He's a big boy.
Is it okay for somebody to have a bad day at work?
I mean, it's okay to have a good day at work, but if you're going to talk all that noise and say you're going to give a team that work, don't give them 7 points.
So, no, you're not going to be patient going into the future.
Well, what's patient?
I just want you to, hey, he had a bad game. He probably wish he hadn't given them 7 points.
I just think that it's a little unbecoming of Heat fans to not give.
Unbecoming.
Yeah, it's a little unbecoming of Heat.
This is not an officer and a gentleman. This is not like, what are you talking about?
Just allow the relationship of Jimmy, Bam, and Tyler to mature. Let them go out there. Let them
nobody ordered the code red, dude.
Let them get familiar with one another. That's all Spo is saying, and everybody's scoffing at this, and I think it's genius.
Who's scoffing?
People, dude. People are scoffing.
Here we go.
No, they're not scoffing. JFig, I'm telling you, as the guy who has the pulse of Heat Nation, I see people scoffing at this, and
weren't you the mouth?
I'm the mouthpiece sometimes, but also I have to take the pulse, and sometimes I got to put on my stethoscope and be like, boom, 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 boom. And what I'm hearing from people is like,
if you're using the fingers, jackass, you don't need the stethoscope. You're the worst.
All right. You're lashing out. Can you give him a -1 for lashing out, Your Honor?
I'm not lashing out. I'm trying to keep it. Wait a minute. No. Oh, Marcos, you're the worst. You're the worst. You are the worst, Marco. I cannot believe
and lying.
And lying. Okay, so who's this for? Is
this for Tobin?
Why? What do I get for?
-1 for lying.
Why am I lying? Tell me what I'm lying about.
Through your teeth. Everything.
-1 for deception.
This is ridiculous.
You
guys are
as a person who is around sports and around these players as much as you are, you will not hesitate to call somebody a fat cat, a bum.
I'll call it like I see it.
Okay.
I'll call it like I see it, but
the guy has almost 1,100 yards in 9 games.
You're separating.
You're trashing him.
You're talking about two separate things.
No, I'm not.
It's hard to have a grown-up conversation with you because you like to divert over to other stuff. What is me critiquing Tyreek Hill for having
You
the
didn't
biggest
critique
fumble?
him. You didn't critique him.
Nope.
What that was an attack on that man.
Which he deserved. He blew the game.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
You're the worst. You're the worst. You're the worst. Like you have no patience. Do you people say the old don't have patience? When the people say the old don't have patience, this man doesn't have any. Let me specify. You have no sports patience.
What is there to be patient about with that?
Team still 6-3.
And did he or did he not blow the game?
He had a very unfortunate play.
Did he or did he not blow the game?
It wasn't just on him.
Did he or did he? Oh, really? Well, let me just do the math here. Well, they lost 21-14. That's 7 points. Tyreek Hill yacked up the football that led to 7 points. Seems like he did, actually. And what does that have to do with patience? Nothing. You're lashing out because I'm trying to have a good moment here, talking about Eric Spoelstra, who's a genius, talking about Tyler, Jimmy, and Bam needing more time together because 4 seasons is not enough. 5. This is their 5th season, okay? Don't oversell it, Frog Boy.
Sorry.
And what I'm trying to say, Flyler Hero, is that they need time together as a big 3.
Only 7 games.
It's only 7 games.
Wait a
have
minute.
some patience.
Wait a minute. You're saying this right after saying
So confused.
the biggest game of Tyler Hero's career.
It was.
That's not being patient.
I mean, the stakes are high in this season for him.
Oh,
And I apologize to him because he's better than Damian Lillard.
You are
the worst.
The worst. Dude, you are see, I knew it. We knew when the show started.
I
But
told you.
yesterday was bad.
For show poniness.
Why?
You posed. You literally posed.
Take a break. Back after this.
Show pony.
Experience amazing.
All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy back with you here, 560 WQAM. Want to let you guys know we're going to give away 4-pack of tickets to Blizzard Beach. It looks cold there, but that's just a gimmick. It's really just a water park.
Yeah.
With Mickey Mouse.
A good disclaimer there.
80-degree water at all times.
Oh boy. It looks like snow, but it's really just a water park.
That's a good Mickey, actually. That's how
Thanks, man. Did you guys see that OJ Simpson yesterday, by the way? He picked Bam Adebayo last night to beat Anthony Davis. He likes Bam because he thinks he's tough.
Oh.
Bam Adebayo, that's tough. That's tough.
All right.
But OJ Simpson, back in Bam.
What he says goes.
Yeah. I mean, like, listen. If the juice is going to support you, what are you going to do? Say no?
Good day to support him, too. 20, 10. Love it.
Pretty good day. That OJ picked a good day to support Bam over Anthony Davis, who of course didn't finish the game because he's street clothes.
That's true.
He finished. So it seems to me like OJ Simpson nailed it when it came to Bam Adebayo yesterday.
Yeah. Do you walk around with that like endorsement? Like, you're like, hey, by the way,
hey Bam, what'd you think? I mean, I was sick last night. I couldn't go to the game. I would have asked him, hey Bam, what'd you think of OJ backing you before the game?
Yeah, for sure.
Something tells me that might have gotten some dirty looks from the media relations department.
Meanwhile, at the Horde residence, I got Rebecca has company.
That's
social distance, 6 feet apart.
That's why my boy is working from home.
No! No!
He's working hard.
Hey, I say, hey. His name is Tan.
His name is Tan.
What is this?
Wait, is this
like
the
not
same one?
Tom? Tan?
Different. Tan. I call him Jackie Tan. I call him Jackie Tan, but that's neither here nor there.
I think you should take it easy, man.
I think you should. You should be careful.
Come on, I'm just having some fun.
Sounds fun, baby.
Wait, you tell me to take it easy when you host down everybody in the world?
Just take a little wander down Mike McDaniel and Mike McDaniel was asked about the idea that they didn't run it enough on that final drive. And here is Mike McDaniel who says, this is his reaction to people wanting them to run it more on that final drive.
You know, one thing that I'm absolutely positive of, with 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go, if the run didn't work, we would be having a different conversation about, hey, why'd you run the ball then? That's literally the stakes for every decision and that's fair, because guess what? The people that really are questioning it, why after 2 successful runs, you're questioning, or not necessarily you, Barry, but maybe some of your readership, we'll give you the out, are questioning that. Well, that's it's because they want it to work.
I mean, yeah. And also,
here's what I would say to that is that coaches sometimes will go through like a series of plays, like those first 2 plays where, Mostert had his way with the defense, right? And they start thinking, there's no way in hell this could work a third time, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a certain train of thought. And there's other trains of thought where a coach will say, let's keep doing it until they stop it.
Right.
And that's where and I don't know whether that falls in the category of trying to outsmart the room or not, or leaving well enough alone.
Yeah,
right?
It's tough just because you've had this quarterback who's been so good all season long. You can always trust Tua to usually come through.
Correct.
So all of a sudden you're going to bail on that. It's a tough thing.
And it's tough from the standpoint of, here's how Mike McDaniel is thinking, right? We've had 2 really awesome, successful run plays. Here are the list of plays that I have as a response to that, right? So you try to stay one step ahead of the defense, knowing that they probably think you're going to run. You see what I mean? But here's the problem. From a defensive perspective, you are trying to get penetration to stop the run, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by accident, you get a couple of sacks. You see what I mean? So the thought process of what Mike McDaniel was trying to accomplish was 100% accurate. As that, here are my alternate plays to those plays, whether it's a play action or something like that. However, now you got the defensive line of Kansas City thinking we got to get penetration into the backfield to stop this run. And oh my goodness, you're passing it, and now we got a sack. That was the thing. If you're going to do that, you also have to keep in mind that, if we run this play action, now might be a good time to move the pocket.
Here's
right?
a little bit more from Mike McDaniel on people second guessing him.
Every single situation, literally every time you go for it, every time you don't. When people care about the result, they're going to be like, well, you should have done the other thing. I mean, it just ran for 40 yards in 2 plays. But should run it again. It was definitely on my mind. But I think when things don't work, if I look at critically, was that the right decision? And then the players are able to, in a healthy manner, say, I don't care what you call, coach. We need to execute our fundamentals and technique. That's the vision of the entire that's the vision of what I think ultimately will have success over time in the way that we want it. And I think that's what's going on. I don't think there was a player that was like questioning going empty and passing the ball. And
Mostert,
I know that every single play, especially when they don't work, I'm like, well, yeah, you probably should have done the other thing. Let's do the stuff that works.
I do like that strategy.
Yeah, but again,
Mostert's the only one who's going to be looking at coach being like, hey, man, I'm hot, baby.
But again, understand how a game plan works, right? The way you go through a game plan and calling plays is trying to be one step ahead of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that you get off the run game before they stop it. And then you can go back and forth. You can always go back to it. Right.
Well, it's like you said, too, because they don't run anything up the middle. It's usually all wide. And so if it does blow up, it could be really catastrophic.
That's the only problem that I had with Sunday's game, right? Is the fact that they waited too long to get away from those outside runs, because clearly that was a point of emphasis for the Kansas City defense. Anytime you ran out wide, and the other thing is that anytime you ran out wide, it wasn't a 0-yard gain. It was a 5-yard loss.
It was rough, some of those.
Every time. So I would have literally trashed those plays, not based on the success, but based on how far behind the chains they put you when it wasn't successful.
Take a quick break. Back after this. Yep. You guys can get us at 305-567-0560. Call in. You guys get us on the chat.
What are you
line.
eating, JFig?
Shout out to our Twitchers and Texters.
Whoa. What are you eating?
Candy.
Oh,
That's not candy.
Yeah.
That's some kind of sandwich or something.
Yo,
bagel.
she's been eating a bagel for the past 2 segments that I thought was a piece of chicken the first time.
Bagel, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. It's something.
You know, it's an everything bagel.
What's that?
A mixed up bagel. Why don't we mix it up, dude?
Oh,
all righty then. Guys, the sports world is pissed at Michigan.
Yep.
So much
Cheaters.
Stephen A. Smith had something to say. He wants Michigan banned, Leroy.
Ban him.
He wants a ban. This is what he had to say about those cheaters in Detroit.
Wolverines.
I spoke at Michigan last week, the Michigan Sports Business Conference. I was a guest speaker there last week. I said it while I was on campus, right down the block from the big house. I said it with everybody in attendance, and I'll be damned if I'm not going to say it now. The Michigan Wolverines should be banned from the college football playoffs until the investigation is complete. You do not get to go to the college football playoff and rob potentially another institution from getting one of those Final Four spots. If it is open, the possibility is open that you may have cheated to get your way there. The fact that the investigation is still open is nonsensical to me. It makes no sense. Expedite the process, reach a conclusion. Tell me they didn't do it. I'm fine with it. Tell me there's not enough evidence to validate they did it. I'm fine. But as long as the investigation is open, Shannon, there is no way on earth that you could have the Michigan Wolverines going to the college football playoff when it is possible that they may have had somebody working for them, traveling around to other schools, stealing signs, giving them an unfair advantage. Ever since this alleged scandal began, Michigan has been winning games over the last 2 years, and they've been in the college football playoffs each time. Sorry, you can't let them go to the playoffs with this specter hovering over them. Come to a conclusion. Tell us they didn't do it. Tell us it's not enough evidence to incriminate them, then I'm good with it. But it can't be, well, we don't know yet. We haven't decided yet. We're not finished yet, and they still go to the playoffs. Right. No. Absolutely not.
There you go.
So, if I may, I always find this difficult as a black man, right? Who has seen people on the other side of this, and people have jumped to conclusions only to find out that maybe it was a little exaggerated or whatever. And once you go down that road, you can't go back. For example, remember when the president of all black people went to North Carolina? Was it Duke? The Duke lacrosse team? Or was it? And was it Duke?
Duke, yes.
Yeah, the Duke lacrosse team. They kicked him off campus, canceled the rest of the season. And then 3 weeks later, the girl came out and said, I made it up.
Mm-hmm.
Once you go there, you can't take it back. So you need to make sure in all these situations that you have the facts. Stop doing this and jump into conclusions before the facts are out there. I agree with that. If you want to say this is what should happen, if they find anything, I'm cool with that too. But the fact that as a black man who has been fighting for these things forever, for people to just let things play their course before we wrongfully accuse somebody, I find it funny that Stephen A is standing on the soapbox talking about what should be done before anybody knows what happened.
But I think the thing that stands out, obviously, or that's a big difference from that parallel is They got footage of this guy on team sidelines
Again,
this year. Like they have footage of it.
Then guess what? It's on whoever party is coming to a conclusion, not to slow roll it. You see what I'm saying? But to come in and say Michigan is banned until we get a full investigation, you can't then go back and say we've done a full investigation, we're not going to penalize it when you already did.
Understood, but I think also the probably the immediacy of it is you don't want a situation where it's like, well, what if they win, but they were cheating, and should that have counted? You know, like that's
So
where you're at too.
So you
I don't know, like I get it,
I
but
don't
that's the
think
reason
I
why
don't think
Michigan
the answer is penalize them first and then figure it out. Because here, if you
But
do
also,
it,
but-
if
okay,
you
but
do it that
also-
way, if you do it that way, there's no reason to rush to get an answer.
Understood, but then what if the answer is so the other answer is let them try and win the championship, but then it turns out it was tainted?
Until you have the facts and until you come up with a punishment, yes. Like it's not okay. If Michigan did something wrong and they're going to get punished, so be it. Right? I get it. But to say, let's punish them first and then figure it out, that's not the way things work. But we tend to do that all the time.
Yeah, I mean that happened with Miami with the NCAA investigation that they had for years.
Right? They kept penalizing themselves.
It took them 4 years and cloud over the system, and they were still on probation because they couldn't get a conclusion to the whole Nevin Shapiro thing. They couldn't do it.
But knowing how all this works, right? Like, are we still cool with, let's penalize them and then figure it out?
Most of the time it isn't like when it comes to these sporting scandals, most of the time it is usually you get punished or something gets put on hold until they clear it up. Most of the time.
But again, then that's no pressure on the parties that be to get to a conclusion to this.
Yeah, but I think that's
and you can't go back. You can't go back and say, "Oops, all right, sorry. This is what was wrong," right? Like I understand. It don't seem like the parties that make these decisions don't seem like they should ever be in a position.
Yeah, but most people,
huh?
But most things around this, you would say like, looks like they were doing something sketchy.
Not disputing that at all. Right? If it's that simple, then there should be a conclusion, right?
I don't know.
If it's that easy to figure out what was done wrong, then why haven't and that's
but I think the reason there isn't is very much what you're saying. Like Michigan does kind of want to know like what the level of this is. Does this get them banned out of the playoff? Because that's like we've talked about earlier. It's a lot of revenue. It's a big deal if Michigan wins the championship. It's a big deal if Michigan goes that far. Like I understand why they are screaming for due process, and I understand why Big Ten people are screaming for the hammer immediately.
Here's the other problem that I always have. Right? The only people that get penalized in this are the players. The coaches can go out and still make money.
Right.
The university is going to go out and still get their television deals and get their cut. The only people that pay for this are the people that really have nothing to do with the infractions.
It's odd that like even on today's and we're joking about it's like it's odd that the move on this for Jim Harbaugh is they'll go pull a Pete Carroll when it's like
exactly.
Well,
I told you that's what's going to happen. Why wouldn't
but like it's kind of messed up.
But that's what they do. Look at all the coaches that have gotten trouble at their universities, right? And ended up having to leave the university only to have a soft landing with a higher paying job. Nobody gets penalized in this other than the school. I mean, the players. The coach doesn't get penalized. The university doesn't get penalized, right? You know what? Make it about money. So if you're found to have infractions, you can go and play and you can go and win, but your school doesn't get a cut.
Well, the share goes to everybody else.
Huh? Right. Exactly. So there's too many decisions that are made toward universities where the only people that pay for this are the players.
That feels to me though that's going to be like a Liam Neeson situation with pay cut. No.
You think, but shouldn't listen. If we're basing this all around,
I don't hate that idea. I don't hate it.
If we're basing all of this around, basically money, because that's why people think, then go ahead. You can win a national championship. You can go do all that, right? But you can't get no money from it. That means that the higher ups, the coaches, everybody gets penalized, but not the kids who have nothing to do with this.
What else we got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
I'm going to keep the theme of confusion.
Okay.
We don't know what's going on in Michigan, the same way Chase Young has no idea what the hell is happening in his former home of Washington.
I know who I am. I'm a competitor. So, I mean, I'm going to compete. I don't know what they're doing over there. That's over my head. I'm just going to be Chase Young, and I'm going to compete to the best I can.
All right.
Tanking?
No, they're just Washington.
Okay, so they're just being normal.
They're just the Commanders, dude.
All right. Well, look, let's keep on the same level of confusion. Just how Chase Young is confused about what's going on over there.
Yep.
Zach Wilson has a confusing statement about how he feels he's the best he's ever been.
Zach, if you had to compare where you were a year ago to where you are right now, confidence-wise, comfortability-wise, where would that comparison be?
I feel like I'm a different player. I feel like I'm in best position I've ever felt mentally. My understanding of the game, I feel ready to be out there and be competing. And so that's what's so frustrating, and just not getting things done. It's frustrating, and it starts with me finding a way. But I'm ready for the opportunity in the moment, and we got to find a way to get it done.
Dude stinks. I don't want to hear it.
Wow.
He sucks.
Wow.
Dude. All right. You know what? You want to know how much this guy sucks? Like, you still have to roll out Aaron Rodgers out there. Like, he's going to actually make a comeback. Like, it's so desperate what the Jets are doing every single week.
Are you just mad because you picked them to win?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
It's crazy you trusted them over the Chargers.
I don't trust Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
And I don't trust that dope coach, Brandon Staley.
No, it's fair.
Are we glossing over the fact that Zach's middle name is Capono?
Excuse me? Like the
What?
former Heat sharpshooter?
Oh, my goodness. This has
Zach
to be...
Capono Wilson?
Yep.
That's his middle name?
So we got a Capono and a McCorkle in the same division, huh?
Tell you what. Tell you what.
Intangibles! Speaking of quarterbacks, Mario Cristobal, kind of blurry on this whole quarterback situation going into FSU week. We'll bring you that coming up next.
WQA
See? Taking you up until
Smooth.
What are you doing, JFig?
Every time I move it, it goes back to that spot.
Let me ask you a really important question.
Oh.
Me.
Are you happy Gabe Vincent's hurt?
Whoa.
Look,
Whoa.
I don't wish that upon anyone.
Was it easier
but-
not to have to watch him last night in
Yeah,
a
it
Lakers
was.
jersey?
Could not see
Did
him.
it make it easier for you?
Yep.
Because he's hurt his knee. He's not able to be out there for a couple of weeks.
You know, it's back up.
He did it on purpose. He
Right?
didn't want to face it.
What's back up, dude?
This is a great Monday.
Hmm?
We got the 305 parlay.
Tuesday.
Yesterday
Oh.
was a great Monday.
Hmm?
We got the 305 parlay.
Yep.
And the Hard Rock app is back up.
That's good. That's good.
So how do I use this? Where can I give monies? Because I'm an NFL insider, so I want to start getting money off these bets.
I would say slow your roll, Mr. 1 and 2.
Well, you got
I really
one
hope you
week,
lose this
dude.
one.
You really got 1 week.
Dude.
Somehow
Let
you're
me
6
just-
games ahead. We've only played 3. It's crazy.
Okay, if you lose 3 and I win 3, how many game separation is that?
3. It's a 3
No,
game
it's not.
lead.
No, it's not.
Come on.
I don't think your math is right.
Me?
Leroy's not mathing.
I don't think
telling
he is.
you.
Why not?
Sense. Because how can I be 6 games?
How many games? How
This
many
week?
games?
Yeah.
So if I go 500 from here on out,
Yep.
you would have to pick up 6 games to catch me.
I don't think so. Because what if I go
You-
5?
Okay, think about it.
What if you
Okay.
don't go 500? What if you lose 3 and I win 3 this week? Then we're tied.
We're even. Then we're tied.
Whoa! See, there's only 3 games
Okay.
though. It's not 6.
Listen, here's why I'm never worried about Tobin beating me.
Okay.
He picks with Fields, his
We got
heart,
Dolphins this week.
and
Yeah, that's
Petty,
true.
And Goosey's.
and Goosey's.
There's
That's
no
it.
Dolphins this week.
That's why you lose all the time.
Hold on, let me look. We got to see this week who's on the bye.
Who is
Goosey's didn't have to wear a sports bra.
All right, Dolphins on the bye. Chiefs and Eagles on the bye. So they've beaten the Dolphins. I can't pick against them. Let's see. Oof.
Dolphins, Chiefs, and Eagles? Who's JFig gonna pick?
Bills or Broncos? Who do I pick in that petty
Oh, I'm
bowl?
sorry. Who has picked those?
Leroy actually picked a lot of favorites last time. Those were big spreads Leroy had there.
Oh, we got the Leroy Bowl this
The
week.
Chiefs and the Dolphins are
The Vikings
always
and
for Tobin.
the Vikings
Ravens.
and the Browns.
Ravens, Browns.
Ravens, Browns. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. They didn't.
Oof. Did you guys see Thursday Night Football this week?
No, who is
What
it?
is it?
Carolina, Chicago.
Good. I got to tell you, hey, that's why Prime got that Friday game. Because they threw that Thursday night game out and Prime said, "Are you kidding me? Are you bleeping kidding me?"
Panthers, Bears. A combined 3-14.
By the way,
It's bad football.
can I ask a question? We talk about this all the time.
Yep.
Right? And I know this is in hindsight. Can anybody tell me why everybody thought Bryce Young was a better quarterback than CJ Stroud?
I mean, he won the Heisman.
Tobin's on the Bryce Young train secretly.
I like Bryce Young. I thought when we played him, I thought he was a good quarterback.
He'll never
Yeah.
admit
He's tiny. I mean, he is tiny.
Wait. Is he good enough to carry that team like CJ Stroud is, though?
CJ Stroud's got a better team, though. Like, that team had 2 top
Does he?
picks.
That's his argument.
They had 2 top picks. He's already got one of the best left tackles in football. Like, I don't know, man. I think CJ Stroud's awesome. He's obviously putting up crazy numbers right now. It was 14 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do to Bryce Young what people did to Tua. Like, we're gonna decide.
No.
We're gonna decide the careers in 6
There it
games.
is.
No, I'm not doing that. But what I am saying is here's how I've always figured that front offices work, right? When playing quarterback, the first thing you have to do is look the part, right? If you don't, then you are an exception to the rule. And a lot of times, teams don't want to draft exceptions to the rule because it's too risky. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, but it's been changing. It has been changing.
It has been, and go and show me which one worked out.
Tua.
No, but Tua is not tiny like Bryce Young. And Tua had a skill set that he came into the NFL with. Accurate and get rid of the ball quick.
It was accurate. I mean, like he's I mean, like nobody's too accurate, but like he's
But that's my point. So when you're talking about Tua and putting him in the same category as being a smaller quarterback, right? Look at what they came into the league with. Tua was extremely accurate.
But a lot of those things that you're talking about were things that he got, like size, too small to hold up, doesn't have the arm to hold up, like, and you know, he's having a way better season than Justin Herbert is.
Right. Okay.
So I'm not saying, like, look, obviously right now, if you were to call the fight, like CJ Stroud looks way better, but I'm not ready to do that yet. Like, let's give his team sucks. That Carolina.
You ready? Here's what's going to happen, right? 2 years from now, maybe 3, he's going to be on his 3rd coach.
Probably.
And we're going to call him a bust.
Possibly.
Okay. And as you just said, it will really not have a lot to do with him. It will have to do with the organization and how they put players around him, which is the bigger point.
He look, CJ Stroud does look awesome. I mean, earlier in the year when he beat the Jaguars, I'm like, damn, this dude is like, he looks like something like really solid. So,
like when we thought about Houston and Carolina, we threw him in the same boat, right? Yeah. They got a long way to go or whatever. But the difference is that CJ Stroud has lifted them to a level of unexpected success.
Yes.
And so when you say that, you associate that with the higher pick, right? And you would say that Carolina drafted Bryce Young instead of CJ Stroud because they felt that Bryce Young was going to be able to do what CJ Stroud is for whatever reason. He was going to be able to do that better than CJ Stroud would be able to.
I think that I'm sure it's going to be interesting because this happened with Ohio State quarterback. It's too funny because it's like Ohio State quarterbacks never seem to work out, but like there are going to be after Mac and after if Bryce Young doesn't work out, you know, people will be a little bit scared of those Alabama quarterbacks because, you know, Jalen and Tua both flourished right away. But now it's like, well, did they get too much of the product of the system? I don't know.
I played with 2 Ohio State quarterbacks. You ready? Tom Tupa, who was our punter and didn't play quarterback when he got to the NFL. He was emergency quarterback. And Mike Tomczak, who was actually he had a long career. He was pretty backup.
Well, one quarterback who we don't know where his career's at right now is Tyler Van Dyke. Let's get some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks, and I'm turning around because in my flatbed is one TVD, and I am driving off.
We don't know yet. Mario Cristobal asked if there's going to be a change at quarterback going into Florida State week. Here is the Hurricanes head coach yesterday speaking to the media.
I would respectfully say this is just from a game planning standpoint and a team dynamic standpoint, I wouldn't use this forum to discuss a personnel move, especially at that position, right? Because it affects so many different things. What I would always say is that we're always competing at every position. We're always assessing, and we always make the decisions that give us the best chance to win. So again, respectfully, we kind of keep everything regarding, you know, personnel moves in-house and tight.
Oh, so he's getting benched.
Is he?
Yeah.
Hey,
he's getting benched.
That was not
an
endorsement.
Dade South is doing what Dade South does. Tyler Van Yikes.
Point for Twitcher.
You know what's amazing? Can I just tell you guys that we've hung out with Dade South. He's not that talkative. He's very quiet.
Sergey
But
Bob
this guy
over
he puts out heaters out there. He's got some heaters.
Sergey Bob over 5 Oski says that's code for TVD is starting. I don't know, dude. I heard that and I was like, is that code for he's?
Yeah.
Sounds to me. I feel like if he's starting, if you're not making a move, then you just say he's starting.
Hold on. I'm gonna make everybody Mario Cristobal. Everybody. Twitch, YouTube, listeners. You are Mario Cristobal.
Yep.
And here are your choices. Tyler Van Dyke, who is struggling.
Bad.
But you know what he's capable of. Or a quarterback that you have no idea, and you're going to go up to Florida State.
You won a game with him, though. You won a game with Emory Williams.
Against who?
Clemson.
And how's Clemson playing this year?
It doesn't matter. It was a big game.
Fine. So
now?
let me get this straight. And I'm asking you and only you, and I want a yes or no answer. You would start the young quarterback over Tyler Van Dyke.
Have you seen TVD lately,
I
dude?
didn't
Have
know.
you seen him lately?
See, -1 for show ponying and not answering the question. Answer the question.
I think I would.
-1 for show
So you would
ponyiness.
start Emory. You
It's
would
a couple
start
things.
Emory over Tyler
It's a
Van
couple
Dyke.
Yes, I understand. You're starting a kid in a hostile environment. His first start as a road game is going to be tough. However, first of all, I don't think Tyler Van Dyke's right. I think that he's either physically shook or mentally shook. He does not look like himself. It doesn't look like the Tyler Van Dyke at the best of being Tyler Van Dyke. So, yeah, you have a good run game. You have maulers, but I need somebody who's not going to throw lollipops over to the Florida State Seminoles at a whim.
I got you. But one of the things that we fail to acknowledge in all of this is you're looking at the last 3 weeks or 4 weeks, which have been awful. The coaches are looking at the last 2 years. You see what I'm saying? And so when you look at the last 2 years and what he has done, are you willing to go to a young quarterback in this moment against Florida State on the road? Now, in fairness to the situation, I may be having a totally different conversation if it were at home.
I understand. If it was Knowles at home, you would feel better.
Right. But what are you going to is that putting your team in the best situation to win?
I just don't I don't think that experienced QBs who are shook like this, I don't think it's that much better. If you were to tell me just experience, fine. Of course, I'd rather have the experience going. Dude, he looks mentally shook.
Yep. He got a case of the ankylos.
Yeah.
Yep.
How much better is he gonna fare than the young buck?
Dude, can I just tell you, and I can go from, I remember I had a game where it just seemed like every time I touched it, I coughed it up. Now, it wasn't the case, but it felt that way to the point where I was running with the football to where I could barely move my legs because I was, you know what I mean? And it didn't look like me. And somebody pulled me over and said, I don't care what the result is. If you don't run the ball like you, we don't win. Right? And so I just went out there and played, and I didn't fumble anymore. But I don't know what you say to Tyler, because here's the problem. It's not his ability to throw the ball that's getting him in trouble. It's his decision-making. I don't know how you fix that.
Well, it's also back-to-back years of, okay, last year he got the snot kicked out of him. He looked like he played a lot of games banged up. Now he looks like he's banged up again, hand, whatever the hell he's dealing with. And on top of it, there's now the confidence issue of, am I going to lose my job and all that? I don't think that you have this guy who, when he looks right, the guy looks like he can make some really pretty touches. I mean, we've seen what he looks like at his best. He doesn't look like that right now. And I think
he doesn't. But here is part of that because of how we hyped him up coming into this year. Could it be, one of the worst things as a fan, right? Or as a fan of a team or a player, right? Is to put this thing on him that he's this good and he may not be.
His family wears jerseys that say Von Dimes on the back.
Okay, so what?
Well, I'm just saying,
So
no,
what?
it's just like if you buy into the hype too, I mean, it's part of it, but
I know, but if you buy into it and it's not accurate, I mean, and
with him lately, it's not.
Right. So I don't listen. I think right now, his decision making is terrible. Forget all the other stuff. Where he's trying to throw the ball is what the issue is. How do you fix that?
I don't know. I think I'd start the kid though.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
What he's got.
And wait. So you would do this in Florida State, and keep in mind. Wait, if you do that, are you putting the Miami Hurricanes in the best position to win?
Here's what I would say for Emory. Right? Hear me out. You go into a game. You're 2 touchdown underdogs anyway. You're expected to lose. So he goes in there. He gets a snot kicked out of him. No bigs. Like that's what was supposed to happen, kid. But if he wins or he keeps it close, now all of a sudden you're building the furnace for the next generation.
So now we're gonna do him like Thor Ragnarok. Hello, new Doug. So you just gonna call new TVD? like you, dude. Can I just oh my goodness. Your rats. You got the most nervous rats in sports ever.
I don't have nervous rats.
You are rats off a ship already. You would rather start
already on who? On TVD?
Yes.
How many games do I have to see him throw 3 picks?
Is he your best option?
I don't know. I don't think so anymore. Take a quick break. Back after this.
It means no worry.
Put up that camera there again, JFig, so we could give out these Blizzard beach tickets. I was very confused. Like, why is Disney music playing? I thought there was going to be some kind of Tyler Van Dyke punchline in there from Frog Boy.
No, I feel that.
Nope. But apparently not.
Not creative enough.
If you guys want to go to Blizzard Beach right now, caller number, you know what? I felt like we hit on TV a little too much there. Caller number 9.
Gotcha.
Caller number 9 to 305-567-0560. Caller 9 gets a 4-pack of tickets to Blizzard Beach, Disney Water Park. Caller number 9 to 305-567-0560 will get a 4-pack of tickets to Blizzard Beach. Got a 4-pack every single day this week. You guys can get more info at Disney.com. But right now, caller number 9 to 305-567-0560 will get a 4-pack of tickets to Blizzard Beach. Welcome back. Tobin and Leroy. Take you up until 2 here on the program. You guys came back from break. You didn't unmute Leroy.
Sorry, JFig is stuffing me with
No.
purple and green Skittles.
Why are y'all in there doing the candy dance?
Because Joe Rose left a giant bag of candy.
I'm hopped up on Mountain Dew.
And they're both in candy comas. They're both not paying.
Because you know Marco's already.
I've been working.
JFig has been late for like the last 8 segments.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
7 out of 8.
Like 3.
8. The last segment you were on time for was the second segment.
That's not true.
Definitely is.
I've been sitting here.
We can check the video.
You haven't been sitting here for the 6 minutes that you're actually here for the segment. You've been off gallivanting, I think, because you're so hopped up on candy, you're bouncing off the walls. I saw you power walking with Galen and Lupe.
Yeah. When they hit those corners,
You're all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
She's walking around the building because, well, hell, nobody's there.
People are actually here today, but like she was like, doing the circles. She was like,
I did 1 circle.
You did multiple. I saw you.
No, I didn't. I did 1.
Thank you, Joe
You're not
Rose.
JFig, he gave you a lap time. He was timing your laps.
JFig, you are so hopped up on candy right now. You can't think clearly. You've had like 9
You're
bags of Skittles.
exaggerating.
Oh yeah, she's
This
she's
is my
been
first
hitting the
bag of
Skittles.
Skittles.
You've had Reese's
Okay.
peanut butter cups.
Wait. Did you not have a Reese's?
She
I
had.
definitely did. Yeah.
She's
I
had a
1.
Reese. She's had a Reese's. She's had like 9 Skittles.
Airhead.
She had an Airhead, and
What?
don't forget she's a
Bagel.
Celsius deep.
That's not true.
Oh, she did have a.
She's got another.
It's still there.
She's had a marshmallow Celsius.
There's
Let's not forget that chicken-looking bagel.
Oh yeah, the chicken
Yeah.
bagel.
I did 1 lap with them because they gave me a bagel.
Chip, woo, Chip, Maldac double Mountain Dew.
I'm coming at you like a spider bucket.
I'm sweating, guys.
Yeah, that sounds like candy.
Yeah, you got the candy sweats. That's what you got going
The
on.
candy sweats.
It's
Like,
addictive.
she's like, go straight to the IV. Say just sugar. Just sugar. Pump me up.
Anyone needs that is this guy right here.
Yeah, I'm losing my left foot after this show for sure.
Every time I see him, he's chewing.
No, but Marco, even when it's not the holidays, you chewing on candy.
I love candy.
What happened to the salads?
Oh no, candy took over. It was the holidays.
It's a fruit.
Yeah, it's a fruit, right? I just had
Fruit
apple,
flavored?
green apple and grape just now.
And Tobin,
I gave him.
I
the
don't
ones
think you're in
like.
no position to be the candy police.
He has an airhead in his hand right
I
now.
love Airheads, dude.
How long have you been working on that one?
Wait a minute.
This is my second
We're all
one.
calling each other out here.
I love Airheads,
And
dude.
if you were here, you would have
Oh,
a bunch of them too.
So he's blasted you guys while shaking
While
the
he
airhead.
He
But
left
I'm-
this room
Listen
doing
to me.
this.
Listen to me. I have been shaking this into a ball, but here's the thing. I have still been here at the start of every segment. You're bouncing off the walls, JFig.
not.
You are
True.
bouncing off the walls. You're
Hey.
not in here at the start of any
Can I
segment.
make a suggestion,
You can
JFig?
by every department to make sure
JFig.
I have all my information. For
Can I
when
make a suggestion?
The news.
Bring a couple of airheads home, take them in the morning, and then maybe you'll be here on time.
Wow.
Wow, you know what? I don't like this lashing out. You're
Traffic
calling
police.
me out,
Lashing
everything.
out.
You know what? -1 for calling JFig.
Wait a
out.
minute.
Wait, what?
Date
That's
South.
a new one. That's a new
I'm not
one.
sure. if
How
I-
dare you? Look at what he put.
Where?
I'm not going to touch that one.
Where?
Leroy looks like the airhead logo.
Okay. Okay.
Point
That's
for
Yeah, that's messed up.
Oh, man. We'll take a quick break, wrap things up on the other side.
This is
No, so we just lashed out.
Bam got the rebound, pushed it up, got it to Duncan. He'll feed Butler. Mid-post left side, snaps it across the floor to Hotcats for three. Splash right in front of the Heat. Miami Heat bench. Getting up with utter joy. Gets the drive, the spin on Russell. Finger rolls it in. Kiss off the glass as Braun was a step and a half late to cut off the rookie from UCLA.
Well, Jaime was driving left and saw LeBron James on the help side, so that's why he spun back. That's such a high-level read.
Hotcats, and he moves quickly out of the corner and through the front of the rim for two.
And had his eyes on LeBron the whole time, looking at the weak side reaction. He didn't move, so he put it up.
Bam has it, feeds Hotcats, pauses, puts it up. Beautiful job by Hotcats. He had LeBron James on his hip. And guess what? Timeout, Lakers.
I think LeBron called that because he slammed the ball down and walked right to the bench.
Yeah, you want to know what Jaime Hawkins was doing yesterday? Working that old man. Working him, dude. He stripped LeBron James.
Who was he working?
LeBron.
What did LeBron end up with?
What did he end up with? He had 30.
An L. That's right.
He had 13 in the fourth quarter, but I don't think Jaime played very much in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you know.
He had those back-to-back baskets. Bam had the triple-double, and then I think he was out.
All right.
That being said, you got to be impressed with how the rookie held up against one of the best of all time.
Yes.
He did really well.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. He put those brakes on him. LeBron's
Yeah.
Damn it.
Also, look, Jaime, great game defensively. I don't want to take away from that. Tyler Hero, 3 steals, though. Just saying.
Yeah.
Best defender in Kentucky.
That's what he said.
Hey,
that's what he said.
That's hilarious.
He's also the best business decision maker because when LeBron was coming down the freight train, he was out of there.
Absolutely.
Did you like how he did you like how he tried to make it seem like he was trying to take LeBron off to the wing, and LeBron's like, huh? I don't blame him. I mean, listen, not many people have the guts to Kyle Lowry.
When that guy gets going downhill,
oh my God,
it's like holy.
I don't know how Kyle Lowry's not dead.
You know, he's the same size as Gronk, basically.
He's ridiculous. And did you see what he did to Josh Richardson in the post at the end of that game?
Josh Richardson was like that. It's a giant. This is all I can see. Josh Richardson. Hey, give him some help, please. No.
Bam. Bam. Sorry, man. J. Rich. Sorry, dude.
It's a giant.
Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. Did you see the embrace of LeBron and Bam after the game? Do you think that LeBron was like, "You're so much tougher"?
Contrary to popular belief,
huh?
I think all of the players really like LeBron.
Who doesn't have that belief?
And keep in mind that when LeBron started, Bam wasn't even in high school.
I know.
So,
although Bam's a Kobe guy,
right?
He's a Kobe guy. Kobe's his GOAT. That's what he says. But do you think that LeBron goes to Bam and he goes, "You're so much tougher than Anthony Davis. Can't believe he's hurt again." Street clothes.
I've never even seen him.
Or he's doing a Tobin. Hey, make a stink.
Bam.
Wouldn't it be something? Wait, wouldn't it be something if you get got by make a stink?
Oh, that would
It
hurt.
serves you right.
That would hurt very much. I would not like that.
Right.
I would not care for that at all.
You've been playing for everybody. You've been talking about everybody else got to make a stink. Yeah, how you know somebody on your team don't want to make a stink?
There's something with Bam when he gets to these big time big man matchups. Like he's hitting another gear. He's like, but to put up a 22-20 on the day Anthony Davis rolls in, yeah, I mean, like, and when he goes, when Anthony Davis had that fadeaway and Bam blocked his ass, I was like, oh, all right, he's looking to go after Unibrow tonight. Now,
Well,
of course,
Sergey, this is where you make a comment, and if this is true, me and JFig can no longer be friends.
Did you really
All that
interpret
candy,
for this?
JFig ate, any of it peeps.
Really?
Answer
Where
the
would I find
question.
that? No, I don't even
Okay.
like peeps.
Okay,
Nobody
there we go.
likes
That's what. Oh, don't worry, because when Easter comes around, they're gonna be in all different colors.
Don't like them.
yeah. So anyway, fun one for the Heat last night. They beat the Lakers. They hold on. Now they're going on the road. What are they? 9 of 10 on the road now, Marcos? Is that the number?
9 out of 10. Dude. And somehow we'll never have 9 out of 10 at home.
Never. That never happened.
Strange, right?
Never happened. 9 of 10. Is there like Bad Bunny having Bad Bunny World or something like that? Like, what's going on here?
Wow, for the next 9 days, maybe.
What's going on? 9
There
days? What's
there
going on
are a
at
lot of
Kaseya Center?
concerts. There are a lot of concerts at the Kaseya Center in November and December.
I like how they throw one home game in there. Like, hey, you guys can have the Nets for a night.
Oh, you know what it is?
Like, get back out on the road to Chicago.
Probably that Disney on Ice. All right, this is who's coming up at the Kaseya. Mark Anthony in a couple weeks.
Oh, he's got his banner in the rafters.
Doja Cat.
Love me some
Pink.
Doja Cat.
Enrique Iglesias, Pitbull, Ricky Martin. These are heavy hitters. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
They
Did you guys hear Enrique Iglesias singing?
No,
Oh, why? Is it
I
bad?
mean, I've done one of his great hits, of course, before.
You've done better, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh,
whoa!
There is footage of him at his concert that he's doing his tour that he's on right now,
Oh, really?
and the vocals are not there.
Really? He doesn't
But
have the
here's the
fast
deal,
phone anymore?
but JFig, isn't sometimes the sound off? Or
No, I'm
you know what I
telling you,
mean?
it's
Like
not good.
I think she's saying hashtag.
that's what happened to Adele, right?
She had something wrong for sure, but then Adele also has like bad stage fright,
didn't
right?
She have like nodes or something?
Stage fright.
Yeah,
Get the
that's why she mailed it in, dude.
stage fright, dude.
No, didn't she have like nodes or something?
Nodes?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
What is nodes?
I don't know. Do we have a sound check though of Enrique Iglesias?
Yeah, I think this is it right here, if I'm not mistaken.
I love Tyler Hero.
Oh, live from the Kaseya. Here we go.
Would you shoot?
Yeah.
If Spo told you to shoot, get the green light and never look back. Will you score if Jimmy's not open?
Would you?
Toss Derrick Jones lobs in flight.
Yeah.
Would you dribble between your legs? Make the right pass, just like Justice. Has the best drip, talks the best.
Whoa.
Oh, shoot the ball tonight.
Let's go.
I love Tyler Hero, baby.
It sounds good, JFig. What are you talking about?
All his jump shots he will drain.
This is a sound check?
I saw the wrong stuff. Sorry.
Hey,
Misleading.
Mouth like Gary Payton.
Enrique Iglesias, everybody.
Damn it.
He takes my breath away.
Oh my god.
You guys proved me wrong.
Will you swoosh
Oh, there's more.
This is the
from
second
the
verse.
3-point line? Or when you fouled from the free throw line? Steal of the draft, he'll roast your ass. He don't care if you're alright. I love Tyler Hero, baby.
Man, look at that background choir.
Heat Nation can't wait to cheer.
Sorry, I traded.
Very handsome like Pat Riley. He's winning Rookie of the Year.
What if I changed the lyrics to?
Hey, so instead of Bad Bunny, you could be Bad Honey Bun.
No cap.
Also, I don't
No
think you
cap.
can lie in your remix, so no.
I can do whatever I want with my remix.
That was beautiful.
If Taylor Swift can go back and remake her songs, why can't I?
Oh,
Look, there's specific reasons for that.
Tobin's version.
Actually, really good. Though.
Did she have to do it for copyright reasons or to?
Yeah,
get her-
no, she had to like get it from the. She had to remaster from the manager, right?
Yeah, Scooter Braun.
Oh,
Yeah,
Scooter,
Braun.
that snake.
All bronze are snakes. Scooter, Ryan,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep, the Braun from Game of Thrones. Which, by the way, JFig, you should
the paper towel.
Have yet to watch it.
Rip off, dude. Total rip off. I don't need that much paper towel. I don't get it. Sorry.
Dude, can I just tell you?
Yeah.
I had something absolutely tragic happen to me yesterday,
Oh, what's up with your boy?
and I don't wish this on nobody. and we've all had it happen to us.
Mm-hmm.
I was using the bathroom.
I knew it had to do with the bathroom. That's why.
On my phone.
Oh no!
I got done,
It's
and I looked to the right, and it was the only toilet paper was the paper stuck on the cardboard.
Damn. Remnants.
And nobody was home.
Oh no! Oh, I mean, it's not that bad then.
It's not that tragic.
Could be worse.
I had to
No-
duck.
no-
I had to duck walk all the way to the garage.
Then he waddled away.
Waddle.
I didn't waddle. I was like, oh, this is so nasty. I'm like, it's the worst feeling in the world, right?
Man, can your family
pretty
see
bad.
the cameras on their phone?
Oh, if you have like a
Imagine
camera
they're
now?
like just checking up on the house. They see
Oh,
you
no.
waddling to the garage.
Full commando.
The worst would have been if the dogs think it's a game.
Oh no! Leave me alone.
No, the dogs. Like, dude, it's the worst feeling in the world. Can we admit to that?
Yeah.
Right? When you go to the bathroom and then you realize that you didn't check to make sure you had toilet paper beforehand.
That's a tough one.
Surprised you haven't made the switch, man. A lot of my family has made the switch
to a bidet.
Bidet, one of the ones you attach to your toilet. get it
Dude.
from Amazon.
Do you have one?
Let
on
me
your
hold the hell up. I
All
will
right.
not allow this to continue.
Yeah.
Lily pad.
You
Yeah.
cannot clean your butt without wiping.
No, you use a little.
End of
square.
discussion.
Hose down.
Oh, wow.
No,
You
not
use that
the
little piece
same.
of square.
And you know when there's places that have bidets
Why,
and
you're
they
so
have that
dry.
community towel, the
What?
towel that just goes around.
I'm sorry, community.
I don't think anybody has that anymore.
Don't have that.
Yeah, that's gross.
Really? Not as gross as you thinking that you could clean your butt without wiping.
Oh no, you use.
If you got enough water pressure, you good.
Look at that.
No,
This
dude.
guy's
let me
pressure
tell you
washed.
Under pressure.
Do you need sometimes a pressure cleaner to get up in there to get everything going?
Agreed.
All right.
Okay, but then you're gonna be in the hospital. What happened? Too much pressure on my bidet. Like, go tell that story.
I'm sure they've heard it all.
That's
Oh man. All right, everybody. That's our show for today. Everybody have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday.
Way to end the show, guys.
I agree.
Solid. We didn't mail it in at all.
Bump, bump,
know.
bump. Ba-da-ba-da.
Number 2.
Oh, wait, you got more sugar? More? Oh
I'm
my
telling you,
goodness.
she's hopped up. Yep. She's hopped up on Mountain Dew. Look at her.
Billy
There
Chirino?
goes- there goes the mic.
Donnie Bliss. What's up with your boy?
We ain't crammed together.
Because he's just an agreeer. He's a yes man.
He usually agrees with
He's
you.
a stool pigeon.
Oh my goodness, he normally agrees with you.
He just sits there. He says, "Oh, whatever you say, love me."
Hope you mother have a good day.